I'm Nick Mara, and this is After the Turns.
Welcome to a post Daytona edition. I was the diva today, and we just didn't feel like changing the person who was supposed to do the intro, and that was really poorly done. Almost as poorly done as Matt on our strategy yesterday, Dan.
Oh,
yes, well served. Yes. As I say, he's saving his voice for the truck broadcast tomorrow. It must be
True. Yeah, please have that energy on it. But yeah, no, excited. Obviously, we've got Matt, we've got Danson, we've got Trey Browning. Trey, nice to join us today. How are you doing this evening?
Good. Happy to be here.
Well, it's great. I think hopefully a little better today than yesterday. Unfortunately, I passed you quite a few times yesterday, so it's probably pretty brutal. I guess that's where we could start. I really have no reason to talk based off of what happened. I'm sure we've got videos, but Trey, we'll start with you first. How was your Daytona? Probably not maybe we expected.
Up until I junked myself in 3 or 4 other cars, it was actually not bad. It was weird because I'd been racing all week practicing for last night, and I've never had what happened with me and Nick happen before. Basically, what happened is when I went to hit him, I hit him in the right rear, and it got him sideways. And then when he saved it, but he bumper hooked me down into Dominic, and that just set it off. So I feel bad about taking out all those guys. It was kind of a racing deal, but I mean it was ultimately my fault. It was just it hadn't happened to me all week, so I wasn't prepared for it.
So. What do we have video of it? I don't know what lap did it happen.
I think so. We do have video for it. I say let's save it for our first time segment today. Whose fault is it anyway? So we'll watch the accident. We'll watch your accident, Nick. Kind of accident. We'll get to that. Steve Durham will give us the true analysis, and we can all truly understand what happened because he is the true source right there. We'll get to that. We'll show the replay a little bit. We can talk about it after.
Hey, Trey.
What's up?
You're not much of a Kyle Busch fan, I take it?
What gave it away?
How many car, like, what is it? Is that the only merchandise you got, or have you got diecast? What else you got?
Cowboys, baby, America's team.
I don't have any diecasts, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Shocking. I need to get some.
Kyle Busch would be so disappointed to hear that.
Oh, I know. I had actually ordered the M&M's version of this, but it got pushed back, so they ended up just canceling the order.
Oh.
So this is the only one. I might reorder it though, so we'll see. I have a bunch of shirts though. So
interesting. Well, he's definitely a fan. Your car is very Kyle Busch, and it's 18. Well, the last 124 scale I have is the Kyle Busch Chicago win car, because we were there for it. So I guess
I've got 4 Kyle Busch diecasts.
Which ones?
I
thought you were over NASCAR by the time Kyle Busch showed up.
Huh?
I thought you were over Kyle Busch.
No, not when he was first on the scene. So I've got his 87.
Oh yeah, that was a hot car. Yeah.
I've got the number 5 from 2004, the Lowe's car when he almost won the championship, and I've got his first win in the Kellogg's car, first Cup win, and I've got the 08 Sonoma win, race win diecast, and then that's
what happened. Did you start disliking Kyle Busch then?
Well, I was unhappy that he left Hendrick at that point, and the only reason I got the Sonoma race win was because I liked the M&M's car at that point. I just thought it looked cool, and I was like, fuck it, yeah, why not? But then my like he was the enemy at that point. Like not the enemy, but like he's not Hendrick. So I was like, eh.
Well, he's not driving those American-made cars, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it was. Yeah. An Australian can't cheer for a guy who's not in an American-made car. So
100%, exactly.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So interesting. I guess we go to Matt's day next.
It'll be equally as quick.
Then we got to see the pit entry.
I guess I can pull it up. It was a
pit entry.
It was a disaster. So I think we had a strategy in the back. So in case anyone didn't know, we were working with Logitech Altus Esports. So we had the same strategy. We do the podcast every week. So thanks to the people who reached out to work together. I know Nick and I wanted to work with everyone. But at the end of the day, Danson is here every week. So, and I think Nick is trying to talk himself into existence of being on Logitech Altus Esports. So couldn't lose the opportunity of being a co-teammate last night. So we had the strategy. We were, I think, lined up on the inside, like in the back for the first 5 or 6 laps. And then we passed a few guys. I think it had probably shown, but I didn't do any of the A fixed races simply because I didn't really want to spend my time doing that, to sit in a line like everyone had kind of been talking about. I didn't really think there's a lot of value in that. So I did practice, specifically qualifying and pit entry. My qualifying run felt like the best qualifying run I had, and I felt pretty good about making it until I looked at the scoreboard and I was 40th. So I don't know what it is about qualifying on the super speedways. I just haven't figured it out. But usually it really shouldn't matter to the extent that it did. And then getting into the race, being in the back was fine because the 3 of us were back there. And coming into pit entry, I was over concerned about driving in too hard, and I had thought that with the draft, the breaking point would be a little earlier coming in the pit road. So I was a little slow coming in. The plan originally was for Nick to go all the way next to the wall to the bottom. And then I had kind of passed him up probably 2 laps prior to pitting. And then we had decided to keep that kind of last second. And I had left the inside, but I was also the first person to pit. So that was just a complete disaster. And Nick and I ran into each other in pit road 2 for 2 at Daytona this year in the Cup Series. So, and that was pretty much my day. There was some disaster after that continued, but my day was pretty much done at that point because it's just so far back, 1 lap down. And just kind of, was on the radio with the rest of the guys who were running up front, was just kind of shaking my head like what could have been, but glad it's in the review.
What I'm hearing is you spent a good amount of time practicing quali and practicing pit entry,
and it was still a disaster. Yeah,
and you qualified 40th and crashed on pit entry. So
it just wasn't good, honestly. After that, I was just like, man, I don't want to be on a podcast. It's always the initial thought. It's like, God, I got to talk about this shit tomorrow. It's just so embarrassing. I just watched the broadcast after. So I don't know who went and rewatched the race after, but I was like, okay,
They showed it. Oh, they showed it.
They showed everything. They literally showed everything. So it was awful. So first they showed us pit, and they showed the replay of the wreck, right? And they kind of said, oh, it's a difficult situation, right? I don't think, does anybody practice literally hitting the first stall on the pit road because you qualified last? I was not ready for that, and I just suck on pit road. I think everyone who's watched the show knows.
It's funny because in the first Daytona race, we both pitted, and I spun.
You overdrove it though. You overdrove in the pit road and wrecked me. Yeah. So
Matt, I have to be honest. I went back and had a look at your pit entry from my replay because I was like, how did this happen? And so I went back and had a look.
Yeah, and tell me what happened. Yeah.
You mentioned that you were a bit worried that the draft would have made the breaking point a bit further, forward. From my replay, judging from the engine sound, you started braking like from the racetrack, but like we were still just exiting turn 4.
No, I don't think that's
looked
right.
this up. Shit, you really looked this up.
Yeah,
Wow, that sounds pretty bad. Yeah, no, I mean, there was like a patch on the track, I think, like well off 4, that I was shooting like right after the patch to brake. So
Well, you need to go like at least 50 meters further.
Really? Okay. Well, I should have asked for some advice beforehand, honestly. So
you did like the yellow flag entry. Like that's like the speed you'd enter under.
It was not a good entry. But yeah, so they.
I'm wondering if you watched my pit entry too. Maybe it was just Matt.
Yours was actually pretty good. I saw because you were gaining on Matt on the entry, and that's why.
The entry we were like lined up, but it was I braked. It seemed like I had braked faster. So like the last like 50 meters before the pit road line, like I had slowed down too fast, and then Nick had caught up to me and got under me. Like I had slowed down too fast. It should have been easier on the brake.
Yeah. The thing that's funny is you see the 3 like Altus cars ahead of you, like pulling away, and then we get to the line, and all 3 of us like are like sideways, and you're just like.
And then it was like, oh shit, no.
Well, we also weren't putting tires on the car, so you can't just slam on the brakes and smoke them up, right? So that's what I was also concerned about. Yes, it was a disaster. Then on top of that, so they show the replay, then they decide to do my story that I had submitted to Evan for multiple sclerosis. And while I'm getting lapped, they're like, okay, this is a good time while he's like shit in the bed that we're gonna say is. And so they start talking about my father-in-law, and then Stove runs into me. And I still haven't seen the replay, but I was just holding my line on the bottom. So Stove ran into me, and I'm in the grass, and they're showing me, and they're talking about the story. And then they got maybe like 20 seconds further into the story, and then an accident happened, and they didn't finish the story. So it's like,
I need to be honest, and this is going to sound really bad. And Matt, I love you. You're a great guy. But when that was happening, that whole thing was unfolding, I was like, shit, does Matt have MS as well? Like, how, like, is that what's happening here? That's the only explanation. But yeah.
It was pretty bad. Quiet. All of them were so quiet. We were just like, shit. Well, because like I don't know if you saw it. So like why that all happened when like Matt was like, check up. That's why I missed. We come out of the pits and I was behind you guys because like I had to check up for that whole situation. And I was like, oh shit. And all I hear is dancing like catch up. And I'm like, I literally.
I was off the throttle. I swear. Were you full throttle trying to catch us, or were you waiting for Matt?
No. I knew Matt was gone. I knew he was just done.
Yeah, no, I was telling Nick to go. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. Yes. There's nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do in that situation. Luckily, while I'm getting bitched at, like the caution comes out, and then we're all 1 through 4.
Yeah,
like,
that was cool.
This is exactly what we planned. Sorry, Matt. I didn't mean to get in your way. Your race was.
No, that's it. No, I have nothing else to talk about. It just continued to go downhill at that point. So, glad it's over. Wasn't fun at all. I hated it. I'm looking forward to Darlington. So, looking forward to tomorrow night to get that awful taste out of my mouth.
Is Stove his real name?
No.
Oh, it's not? Is it Steve?
Yeah.
Is it Steve?
Yeah.
Then why did you change it to Stove?
Because he's a bit of a stove. That's why.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Are we gonna see the pit entry on the?
Yeah, come on, Matt.
We have to wait for.
No, that's not on there.
No, you didn't even pull it,
bro. It wasn't a caution.
You've shown us you crashing into barrels. We've seen you rolling your virtual, rig. We need to.
There will be no. I see what you're saying. There's no. If I show it, there will be no loss of.
No, exactly.
Respect for my skill because there's none there already.
It's already at 0.
It's already gone. Yeah. I can try pulling it up. Yeah.
I really want to see it. I didn't really watch any of it either. I'm still disappointed about it because if we didn't have, there's 2 things I'm disappointed about. Not even what we're going to show, because that was completely. I totally understand that part of it. I really want to see your pit entry video, man. I want to see what it looked like. I was next to it. I really want to see what it looks like. Dancing actually for maybe the first time ever. Dancing and I kind of had similar days, so maybe we could kind of. I was so honestly. I know that first one looked pretty, nasty, but you did the right thing. You said we'll get a top 5, and I think I would have gotten a top 5. Had that caution not come out with 2 laps to go. Overall, I was actually super proud of how is this it?
Yep.
Okay, let's see it first.
He's so sad.
I am so sad. I never wanted to watch this again. Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, this is the pit entry. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I was pretty far behind you, man. I thought I was in good shape.
Look, we're even right here. We're even this whole time. It's just I broke a little
that's
bit.
That's because it was like at the beginning.
Holy shit.
Okay, so at the beginning, no, Matt, you were really slow, and I was like, I can't these spun out like that.
Oh my God.
Okay, so what happened was what I really wish happened is I wish we were flipped around, because I was like, okay, he's not going as fast as I thought he was gonna go. And I kept behind you. I was like, okay, we're good. And then I see the 3 of them are just so far ahead. I'm like, we can't. We're losing too much time. I don't know what I was thinking here. I was just like, you're going too slow, because I practiced it a few times. Oh, that was so scary. That was so scary. I don't think we touched. Thank God.
I think that not to be I know I messed up pit road exit, but I'm watching here. You're about a half second ahead, and I'm not seeing you massively pull away here. It's definitely not as ridiculous as you're making it out.
I mean, in that last part, you lost at least 5 car lengths to
that
us.
very last part. So I think the issue is I slowed down too quickly, right? But I think everything else, there obviously you see Nick catch up to me pretty quickly. I didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't great, but it was not I have MS bad. And then
that's more the next part. But
I'll see the snow part.
That was not me. I was running on the bottom. We could keep playing this, but I was 100% running on the bottom. They even showed the ink.
And it just looks hilarious. Because you got one belt off the side, you look a little bit disheveled. Look, see, he's got,
oh no,
he's got one belt off his shoulder.
When do you get hit?
It's on the.
It's coming in the tri-oval.
Oh, so
here.
we're really going back here.
Was it here?
Literally, I'm on the yellow line, and I just got fucking hit in the right rear.
Wow.
I was I know you guys saw that. I was running on the yellow line. What else was I supposed to do at that point? So that was just compounded it. The caution comes out 2 laps later. You see me cussing in here, so Evan has to apologize for my swearing with my lip here. Yeah, it was just and this whole time they're also telling the story about my father-in-law passing a few years ago. So it was this is just it's yeah.
I'm so proud. I'm just so proud of this moment,
So realistically, in that scenario, you need to be entering right at the bottom, which I think now, you're more prepared for now. But yeah, in that scenario, you need to know where the people you're working with, where their pit stalls are, and that's why maybe that's on us a little bit. So we already arranged that ourselves. So we, amongst the 3 of us, had already worked out who was going to be where based on our pit stalls. We just didn't even think to say, hey guys, you'll need to do this because we're
figure out your shit. Yeah, no, that's not on you. That's not.
I think we assumed that that you guys would just have that, which I guess is a silly assumption, but
yes, so who are you talking to? Mara Motorsports. we're not here for our smarts, okay?
Yeah. We couldn't even we had an iRacing channel, and we couldn't even get into that. Your expectations should have immediately been turned down.
That was brutal.
Yeah, we've only ever used all drivers, so I wasn't aware of how to add additional channels in iRacing. I didn't know people did that. So
what a disaster.
This guy creates an entire podcast with all these different things, and then can't add a radio channel in iRacing. I was flabbergasted.
I'll take that as a compliment, and also I'll just take that as a compliment. Yeah.
I think we learned that race mode dancing is not a talkative dancing and pretty annoyed most of the time dancing.
Yeah, that's true.
That was the vibe that I got. Matt's that was brutal for you. I felt really bad. But once I didn't realize when the caution came out, I thought some people would stay out, and nobody took that chance. So we ended up 1 through 4. Agnell got in front of me on the restart, so we were 1, 2, 3, 5, and I mean we pretty much stayed there the whole time. I was very proud. I was so proud. I was so worried about it. We were not saying it on the channel, but I was like so worried about the pit stop. The second pit stop, and I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work out. I was like, Matt, should I take 2 tires? I don't want to lose them.
Do we have a second pit stop?
Yeah,
there's a 3 flag pit stop. Yeah.
Oh, that was the one where the three Altus cars just
You got away. Yeah.
Well, actually, Danton, I got on pit road, I got off my pits, everything was so good. Brian Shambles had like a fantastic pit stop, but when we got out of the pits, he didn't go as fast as you guys, and I couldn't go around him. So we lost. It was a crazy amount of time we lost. We lost like 3 seconds or something.
Yeah, if we had you in our little group, we were gone. It was going to be a 4-car draft that would just have gone off to the rest of the race.
I was so, and I was just so. If there was one thing I would have changed, I would have gotten off pit road a little quick. Like I got off. Like you and I came out almost at this. Like I was like right behind you.
Yeah.
And I should have gassed it up a little more. I didn't want to make a huge mistake and spin it out or just do something fucking stupid. And so I was a little easy, and that's why Brian got in front of me. And then we were all backed up. I agree with you. I don't think they would have caught us. But because
we almost broke them. There was a little period where we were pulling still away from that group that was behind. Yeah. And then so if we had a 4th car, game over.
Yeah, which I don't know how much that would have affected me, but I think at the end, you guys had 1, 2, 3. I was like, just give me a 5th or a 6th. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but obviously a couple things. The Joseph Tice situation, I'm sure we're going to show the replay. If I could have done one thing over again, and I don't say this to be rude or anything or like cause anything, but there was maybe lap 60 or so. I got on his inside on the back straightaway, and because he was just kind of all over the track, I was really confused what was happening. So I was like, I'm just going to go under him. He came down, and in hindsight, just because of what happened to me on the last restart, I wish I had just kept it in the gas and turned him into the infield, because that's what he did to me. But I backed off and let him in. I'm not trying to start anything, but that was the moment of my race. If I turn him in the infield, the caution doesn't come out, I'm in 4th. Maybe I get in line.
Yeah.
I'm not that was just I was fine doing it at the time, but man, I feel sick about what happened. I'll take the blame for it and everything. Now I know, I gave him an inch, and he didn't give me an inch. So that I wish I could have had that back. So nobody probably saw that on camera. I don't think that was shown on TV, just because it was just us running in a straight line. But I had to move underneath him, and I wanted to get there. Mainly for me. Now you guys were set. Nobody was passing you guys. I knew that, and I knew if I got to 5th, then you guys were already set. I was gonna maybe my goal was that the caution didn't come out, to see if Agnell and Joseph tried to make a move. If they don't, then I finished 6th. If they do, I could probably get one of them coming off a 4 or something, get a top 5. No one was going to pass you guys. So then the caution came up. I think the post-race report speaks for itself. For that situation, which is just, my one comment on that from my side is just the whole sequence was super disrespectful, which is fine. But just when it's, selfishly for me, maybe it doesn't matter if you're not having a great day and you're in 28th and you're used to winning. But for those of us who don't get the opportunity, this is 2 weeks in a row I've ran in the top 10 the whole race and not close the deal. So for someone like myself, that had a top 6, 7 at worst in the bag, it's really frustrating that someone who really didn't give a shit, put me in a position to do what I did on that restart. So I'm sure you got the whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this a good time to pause and talk about that? Obviously, Eberhart was
talking about it. I mean, I watched it. Yeah, we could watch it. I told I was an aggressive driver. Oh no, not that. I don't even care about that. Honestly, I don't even care about this whole thing. I thought we were just gonna talk about the restart.
I thought we were talking about the accident.
No, I don't even care. I don't care about it.
Oh, okay.
I really don't. I don't even care about it. For me, the penalty speaks for itself. But just in a situation like mine, that was my chance at a good finish. So I'm a little disappointed. that was a guarantee taken away. And then, I think we all know what the package is. So yeah.
It could be worse though. Just think of it like that. Like you could have blown it on the first stop.
It's true. Well,
you could have been me. I had the most miserable day ever. But yes, and there's that frustration. At least you have that. Like I was running in the top 5, like the entire race. Like that had to be a lot more.
Did we get the Altus? Did we Photoshop Agnell out and get the 4-car Altus Esports picture that I requested? I was with you guys. At least I was hoping. I mean, I don't think the 3 of you gave a shit, but when I was there, I was like, I hope they at least realize that we're like.
No, we were still like we were watching it, like looking out for you. We were hoping you were going to be up there for sure.
Yeah. I was like, give me a 4th. Like, I was like, if I can get behind you, Danson, that is going to be great. I was super happy just because the front group was, it was not a lot of us. There was 7 of us. So just to be at that point to stay in it, like a lot of guys, things happened. They didn't. Some weird things happened, like Stove. We passed Stove, and I don't know if you guys remember in the front group, he just stayed on the inside and broke up some of the group and almost lost it at that point. So, but stayed in it. So, yeah. I'm disappointed. I rewatched the broadcast with the person I was just with. They called me an aggressive driver. So I got that going for me. I felt super, apparently it looked super cool. Helped cause a 20-car accident. So that was pretty cool. Sorry, everybody. Yeah. And we'll probably talk about it. Look, at the end, I knew Joseph did not get a great start on that restart. I had it. Maybe I was a little aggressive coming in. I looked and honestly, I think I was okay. I don't think I would have gotten black flag, but, I was maybe like an inch or 2 from being clear. And he didn't back out, which I guess they're not supposed to, but like if anybody who's watching knows why that happened. Yeah.
Well, I think Sam had made the comment in the chat too. If he had backed out and let you in, you very may well have gotten black flagged for going and changing lanes before the restart. So it would have been close.
Yeah, it could have been. I did not want to be on the outside, so
I think everybody understands that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just got aggressive. I probably, I finished 17th. I feel like I probably would have finished 17th anyway. So if I didn't get into there, so I guess it was whatever. But,
I finished 36, so don't feel bad.
I know. Yeah. It just, you know what? When you don't run in the top 10 very much, and you're there the whole race, and the same like Michigan, when you're there the whole race, you want to finish it off just one time for the good finish. So
apparently 36 though, you should be really proud of that, Trey, because apparently that was a really important position. Because that was where the car that brought out the yellow with 2 to go, that's where they were running 3 laps down or 2 laps down or something. So apparently 36 was the place to be. So congratulations on getting that position. I don't know what happened with that driver. Something happened with them after the race as well. They got penalty.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, so I did start playing the video. I think Nick didn't want to talk about it, but maybe we talk about it real quick now. Is the Eberhardt suspension. Before obviously, Danson, you had an awesome day. We want to give you an opportunity to talk about it. But since it got brought up, yes, I think Daniel was in the chat after the race too in the garage saying, he's going to appeal. So yeah. We'll be on the lookout for that. But yeah, so this was so we were looking to see what happened in the tri-oval, and I had kind of seen this behavior from. I kind of caught this on accident because I was looking for the tri-oval accident, and I saw Daniel was doing this for a couple laps before the accident had occurred. Certainly not driving like somebody who was taking this seriously.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Okay, so I spoke to him because he joined the Discord yesterday.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen any of this. He joined the Discord yesterday, and it was like pleading his case. But what I said to him, just because all I had seen was the wreck, and I was like, the wreck was bullshit because he knew full well what he was doing, and maybe if he potentially didn't fully intentionally swipe his bumper to start the thing, he certainly stayed full throttle and drove through the guy's left rear. And then, but he's like, oh, it wasn't on purpose, blah, blah. But this, to me, you see this and you're like, okay, clearly you didn't give a fuck, and you're just fucking around for the sake of it. And I think like my point to Daniel at the time, because he's like, oh, but I just, essentially trying to say it was like only a once-off thing, and if other people for Rex haven't been instantly suspended, then that's why is he, whatever. But he's already had a penalty of some kind for result manipulation, and Liam said I think he said it was Kansas. I don't recall what race it was, but look at this. I mean, he knows full well what he's doing there. Like, Daniel is too good for that to be an accident.
Well, yeah, that was kind of, yeah.
But like as far as the race manipulation thing, like the way I see it is, if you've already been kind of reprimanded for it before, and then you do it again, it's such a late stage as well. You can't really be surprised that you get penalized. And the thing that I said as well to him was, I felt like my penalty, with how harsh it was with Loudon, with a record that had been crystal clear, other than one like brain fart where I didn't have the spotter at Daytona, which we've covered a million times. Like, other than that, no issues at all. And I got a 10 race probation and 2 race ban. To me, that was Evan just setting the tone that he's trying to run a professional kind of situation, and he doesn't want people taking the piss. And so I don't think, and he even said something in the Discord at the time as well, around it not being a privilege to race in RSR, or it being a privilege, or whatever, however the terminology was. But like, I think this is something for us all to take on board and realize that it's I mean, you've got to race with, it's not just respecting your competitors, but respecting Evan and the people who put in time and effort to make it what it is, So looking at that, where he's just driving through the grass like that, like that's
and that's why, like, I guess maybe like when I was kind of talking about my race, like that, seeing that, like when I saw the caution be claimed the second it came out, and like we saw it kind of going through the grass earlier, and like it looked like trying to bring a caution, I was just like, come on, like that's, I mean, it's like not even like it was an accident. It was like, that was just, I mean, like, selfishly, I'm just like, fucking come on. Like, that's just, I don't want to lose a good finish that's important to me just one time because of something like what we just that's not even legit. That's just, honestly, it's honestly a joke. I didn't want to talk about it, but it's like, it just sucks. It just doesn't look good. Yeah. So,
if I could say my piece on that.
Yeah, of course.
So I've had my run-ins with Daniel before. I mean, it was several years ago, but it's one of those things where, like, when you get into it with someone, you don't forget. You know how race car drivers are. Yeah. So, I'm not gonna hold that to him, what happened in the past, but I didn't forget about it. But because I know he's fast, I think everybody knows that he made Road to Pro. I think he's in the second round, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. He's right at the cutoff line. Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's fast. He just, it seems like once he made Road to Pro, he kind of just decided that this wasn't as important as that. The league wasn't, and that's why you're seeing things like what you saw last night, which is disappointing, because if that shows up on the broadcast, that's a really bad look for the league.
Yeah,
so
I would agree with that. Thank gosh it didn't. I hope nobody. Evan was talking, when I was announcing the IROC race a couple weeks ago, and he came on at the end, he basically said, he looked at this as like the Premier Series right now, or one of the top few Premier Series, but like Premier Series don't do that. So like that, thank God it wasn't on the RSR. You know what I mean? Like that's just, Pro drivers didn't do that this afternoon. I didn't watch the race, but I don't think they did it this evening. So, stuff like that is just, Thank goodness. Yeah, I guess we could talk about it here, but luckily that wasn't the case. So it is what it is. Well, I was happy that all three of you guys finished 1, 2, 3, and that didn't get messed up, because that would have been then it would have been really something. So I guess that's all I have to say about it. We'll talk about my wreck, I'm sure. We'll probably talk about my thing. So I'll apologize to everybody at that time. But I think it's a 20 car accident in the next room.
I'm curious, Matt, I know Seth was kind of upset about the whole green white was it the final restart or the second to last restart with the whole single file and double file?
Yeah.
I'm just curious, like, what were you guys' thoughts on that?
I think it's a fine line, right? Because I think there had been discussion prior about getting rid of the single file in the late race scenario, and then I don't know if that was ever like solidified as being a rule or not. But then Evan obviously is trying to make sure it's the to make the best show. So I suppose it's in his. I don't think it's like that big of a deal to make that change, like to change the single file, double file thing. I think the only issue was having to extend the yellow to do so. But by the same token, I suppose if you think of it from a real world perspective, you don't always know that a yellow is going to take 3 laps and you're going to get going again. Like we have that benefit because they don't need to get trucks out and pick shit up off the track and clean up oil and all that sort of thing. So we know. I mean, in NASCAR, what was it? Indy, didn't they do like 400 laps under caution there at the end? So like, it can extend for who knows how long. So like, it was like Nick was saying. I think when I'm driving around, my disposition is frustration and anger. But then once the race ends and I start thinking clearly, then I'm more chill. So I can. It wasn't that big of a deal. I was concerned because we were all really close on fuel.
Yeah.
And so I was like, damn, imagine if we run out halfway down the backstretch on the last lap because the race was extended or coming out before we run out or whatever. That'd be frustrating. But ultimately it is what it is,
You'll have enough gas to do some burnouts after, so
yeah, exactly. We end up being okay because we were just driving around. Like Sam pointed out though, there was I don't know if that's illegal. Is that in the rule book, Sam?
Maybe not.
I haven't seen that mentioned in the RSR rulebook, so I don't think that's illegal.
I will say, fans back at home, the Altus Esports, I don't know, they were probably talking without us on the chat, but
they were
the most business-like team I think in the world. It was just very 1, 2, 3. Yes. We'll let Nick and Matt know when we have updates. Otherwise, we will not be talking to you. Hey guys, here comes Jeremy and Brian. They're drafting. Okay, thank you. Thank you, team. Me. Feedback. Here's all this news. Look, I'm trying to give them information. Thank you. Okay. Awesome. Great. I got like 6 words. I still don't know. The one thing I thought is maybe I'll find out if Seth the Merchant is a real person. Cannot confirm, even after working a whole race with him. I think he said 3 words, maybe, or just like hit the radio a couple times. So it could still be a robot. I have no idea. So.
True.
I was trying to be an asset. I don't think I was, but I was like the little kid that was like, "Hey, I'm still here. Hey guys."
You did well.
I did. I was proud of myself. But
so they were Nick. They were in their own Discord, just like we were.
I assumed. I just assumed.
Yeah.
I assumed. So I'm assuming they're joking. I can obviously hear everything I'm saying, right? So yeah.
Is your mic on, Nick?
Probably. Yeah, I think it is.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's not a new microwave. It's a cleaned microwave, though. I know she steals the show. I try and tell people that have come to visit that the microwave is the show.
Has no one noticed Nick's new sort of beard that he's got growing there?
I'm trying to copy Matt Danson. I told you a couple weeks ago. I'm just going to keep growing the beard out until
You got a long way to go.
What?
You got a long way to go to get to him.
I know. I think next week I have an eye doctor appointment next week, so I'm pretty sure I'll have glasses by the next show. And then 2 shows from now, I'll have a tattoo sleeve.
Oh,
and then 3 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, I'll have an accent. I do have an Adidas hoodie though. So in 4 weeks, I'll get a road course win. Obviously, that's what happens after that. So yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty sure that's the natural progression, and then I will be Matt Danson. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Wait, are we done?
Danton never got to talk about his day. He finished third.
Oh.
He had a great run.
My day was pretty basic. I nailed the first stop. Did my job. Just kept pushing, and I was less worried about individual success and more just making sure that we I was really hopeful we could maintain a 1, 2, 3. I was always going to keep pushing Seth all the way through, and I was hoping that perhaps as we come out of 4, and sort of fan out and whatever, and then try and make a play from there. But kind
of like calling on Friday night.
Yeah, because P5 pulled out alongside Agnall, I think it was, to try and get a move going there. Basically, that just yanked them back, and then I had no help at all. And Merch and Cozy were already tandeming at that point, and they just disappeared, and I was just there on my own because Agnall couldn't catch me because he was being held back by the car who's outside, and I couldn't stay with the guys ahead. And so they just drove away, and then I just sat there in P3 and got to watch the show up front. So
it was amazing how effective the tandem was. For someone who didn't run any of the A-Fixed races, I was in a pack. It was Drew, Daniel, and myself, and I was in the back. And Drew and Daniel just hooked up, and they literally drove away from me, and I lost the draft because they tandemed. And I was like, holy crap, that is something we haven't seen in years in real life. Did not expect that, right? So this is, I guess, the little things that I missed at the end of the day wouldn't have mattered, which is, I guess, is why I didn't practice. But yeah, it was very interesting. Didn't practice doing the actual race. I guess my attitude when it comes to restrictor plate racing is they're a lot of fun. You are better if you practice it more, but I don't have the patience for sitting under caution for like 10 minutes. 4 laps is like what, 10 minutes under caution. You get a few cautions. Like I just don't have the time for that. So I have during the day, like during work, I can like step away and like, spend 10 minutes on some like after the turn stuff, right? And all that. But I can't step away for like an hour to sit under caution and pace at 70 miles per hour. So that's why I generally don't have any interest in doing that.
Nick, seeing as though the Daytona race was pretty boring, can you play the clip that I just linked in the Discord there, and then play the second one? This was a race that happened 2 days prior, and this was much more enjoyable.
First one or second one?
Play both in order. In order. First one, then second one. It's like the continuation of the same thing.
Is it Matt Danson winning at something?
No, I didn't win, but I had a lot of fun.
Well, the show is all about you, so
yeah, exactly.
Hey, if he wants to use his time to talk about this rather than
to give you a bit of insight. So it was an endurance race, a V8 supercar endurance race, in the top level supercars series, and these guys are insane. They're super quick. I was around the sort of late teens. Yes, V8 Scops, exactly. But I was working my way through the field, and then this was one of my battles. Hey, we got some commentary or what?
Oh, we need the commentary in here too?
Of course. Yeah, we got to hear the
complicate things.
You commentated?
No, I wasn't commentating.
No, he wants the commentary in here.
Oh, of course. Oh, this is great. This is exactly how I thought the show. This is how I assumed the show would go. It's not even working. I don't have the audio ready.
Yeah, he's getting it ready. It's getting ready. Just calm down. Nick.
Okay.
But this was really good racing, really respectful, and man, it was so much fun. I'm like way out of my depth, but it's so much fun.
Yes.
It's the nice challenge after just dominating in RSR.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go to see the Durham segment. Let's just get to that.
Mate, we got this segment first. Jesus.
4 cars ran side by side up through the hay shed. You always hope to 3 cars side by side through here. We ride on board with the Golden Esports machine. Not only are they side by side through the hay shed, they're going to go side by side over Lukey Heights as well. Neither one of them plunged down into the braking zone for MG. And Matt Danson still trying to hang tough on the outside of the KFC car. They banked doors on the exit of that corner. Unbelievable to see cars running side by side here at Phillip Island for so many corners.
Side by side. Did you pull this clip for a reason? Side by side.
It's in fact a couple of cars.
Well, you guys are running side by side. That is,
we are. We've been side by side the whole lap so far.
He stops.
It's not over. It's not over.
Fuel saving to make it.
Wait, I don't know why they keep going. Yeah, look at that.
This point of his battle's still not resolved. Unbelievable. That's almost an entire lap. That's legitimately, that's 2/3 the lap that those cars ran side by side. Cameron Jones finally nails
Let it keep playing. Let it keep playing.
Matt Danson, but this battle's not over yet, and Cameron Jones is going to come back at Matt Danson.
I think this is my new side by side.
Side of the road when they get
got nothing on this
zone for turn number 4, but he might try and hang tough around the outside. If he can do that, you can put him on the inside for Siberia, but he doesn't have the traction coming out of the hairpin.
Oh, yeah.
And he has to tuck back in behind that Dancer.
Fuck yeah.
What even is this top 20 battle? This is some insane racing we're seeing at the moment, and got to highlight as well the cross-continental motorsports car of Jason Benz. He was putting.
Is there more dancing, or do we go to the next one?
No.
I think basically like it just played them both in a row, so it was fine. It's all good.
Okay.
Oh, even better.
But yeah, it was it was literally an entire lap of side by side. And
like 17 times.
And
I should have been counting.
See, normally, like in road, they're not as they're very different to us on like the oval sort of NASCAR side, where like even NASCAR on a road course, right? If you even look like you're showing the nose, the person has to give you room, otherwise you'll get sent, right? But in their thing, you've got to be like basically ahead of the rear wheel, like the B pillar, the next the post next to your driver. And if you're not there, then the guy can just turn in. And if you have contact, then it's the person trying to make the pass who's at fault. So it's really different. And I think normally those V8 guys would not have given the room to the other guy that I did a couple of times. They would have just like forced him off the track. But
there's only one Matt Danson,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. We're all blessed to be in his presence on the racetrack, on the podcast.
How do I mute Nick? Is there a way for me to? Hang on.
No, you can't mute me. You can't mute me.
Now I can't hear him. Perfect.
Incredible stuff.
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
I was on the same Discord as that Matt Danson. I mean, I just I got myself.
What a blessing! Yeah.
He said 3 words to me, and then when I said "Good job, team," he was like, "Yeah, thanks." Last night, so I think I got 3 words out of you last night too. So
out of me,
that guy.
Yeah. Out of me.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Why do you think I choked up my pit stop entry? I was in the same chat as Firecracker 400 winner Michael Cozy.
That
all the nerves.
You were so nervous pre-race about okay, we got to discuss our strategy and what's going to happen. Can we get everything all laid out? And I'm like, you just pit when we decide to pit. It's pretty straightforward. Otherwise, you drive in circles.
I was shaking. I think I probably thought it was the motion rig, but it was just my nerves. It was just just doing a lot of shaking. I think Nick, you brought up a good point with that. I think we should go to our first segment of Whose Fault Is It Anyways? With the man himself, Steve Durham. So we'll go to that, and then we'll come back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Whose Fault Is It Anyway? Featuring myself, Steve Durham. We'll look at some of the wrecks from the last race at Daytona with the Real Sim Racing, featured by Sim Seats, and take a look at it. First episode here. Whose fault is it anyway? Let's kind of take a look. First wreck we're looking at here. Looks like that is Angel.
Lap 12 here, very early.
Who's that? Oh man, I'm gonna have to look. That is a tough one. I'm gonna have to see that in slow mo. Dive back a little bit for me.
Yeah, we'll go back.
Look at it again. It looks like we got Trey Browning right there on the outside. He's pushing Nick Silver, and then starts to come down a little bit, running out of room. And I don't know. That's really tough. Trey Browning looks like he made a hard left. Do we have another view there from an on car there from maybe the 94 or?
The views are lacking for this one. The next one we got a few views for you but for this one, this is the only view we kind of got here for you.
Who's that in front of Angel?
Let me go back. Dominic Howe.
Dominic Howe. I don't know. This looks tough. It looks like quite the run, and all of a sudden, it looks like Nick Silver got squirrely, and all of a sudden, Trey Browning it looked like he kind of just dumped it. I'm going to kind of put that on Trey Browning. I think that was pretty
Trey
rough.
Trey Browning would agree with you on that one. I think he was just maybe being a little too aggressive too early here. Trey Browning did claim this one.
He was pushing too hard into the corner, and you should have let off there. You don't push going in the corner. You got to let off.
I agree, especially lap 12, 80-lap race. And we go all the way to lap 78. So we went green for a very long time. We had 2 laps to go, and then we had this accident here.
Let's take a look at I already feel like this is going to be a big one.
I'm sorry. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I skipped ahead one. We'll get to that one. This is wreck number 2.
Daniel Eberhardt. I'm already. Oh, the typical Daniel Eberhardt move. He just hooked him right into the wall. Daniel Eberhardt.
They were not on the same lap. So they were running by themselves, and they were not on the same lap. There were 2 laps.
And that brought a caution out?
Yep.
That's like a Steve Durham move by Daniel Eberhardt right there. But that's a typical Daniel Eberhardt thing, is just to hook him. Come on, Daniel. I am completely ashamed. I expect better of him because he calls him the specialist at these super speedways,
I guess that's what happens when he's not running as hot.
Did he claim that or no?
Yes, he did claim that and apologize for that one after. I think there were some tensions on the radio because the front 9 were in their own pack at this point, and the race is going to be settled between them, and this bunched everyone up for late race restart.
Who knows? Somebody might have paid him to win that race. Well, paid him to cause that wreck. Who knows? There might be some conspiracy there. We got to get Matt Danson on that.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to talk about it on the After the Turn show later today. Okay, we've got one last wreck. We had a green-white checkered, and the first attempt was a failure.
Oh, man.
So we got 3
4
views
wide.
for you.
Here we go. Who do we got up here? Oh, whoever that was whoever was in the maroon red, he just dumped everybody. Oh man.
So we'll get 2 more views here. So this one was definitely, we needed some more views. Had to get my brother Nick in here. Yeah, this is the first one.
Oh, that's Nick, right?
Yeah.
Jeez, 4 wide going into turn 1 never works, especially with the 1 car on the shoulder. He comes up. I'm putting on that Nick Silver. Nick Silver should have stayed on the apron. Nick Silver should have stayed on the apron. I don't know what he was doing all the way down there. It looked like there was a big check up there. It's just like he tried to squeeze up there, and whoever was his outside and squeeze up to whoever was in the maroon red, and that is kind of chain reaction there. I know Nick probably he's a fast car week in and week out, but I think he should have been a little bit patient there. That took out a lot of guys that didn't want the race to end there.
Yeah, so do you get off the gas there at that point? I mean, it's very momentum based, so Nick would have had to let off gas instead of making it 4 wide.
I feel like
that's
you gotta ask Nick Silver, like, how would he feel if he was on the other end of that spectrum? Like, if there's a car squeezing him to the outside and all of a sudden he's gets taken out, like he continues on after right here and like nothing happened for him, and that's kind of a rough situation for everybody else because that just took out like a good chunk of the field on a green-white checkered. Like, who knows what could have happened here? Could have helped somebody gain more points to get into that top 16. That's like there's a lot of good cars. You got Liam Sheen in there. I need a better angle, but that's just a rough go there.
There's a lot of cars in this wreck. You can say a name, and there's a 50% chance he was in this wreck.
Yeah, that was just. I think you got to let off going into turn one. You got to let everybody race their race. And I know Nick is locked into the chase. Like, why are you gonna push the envelope? I feel like myself, like if I did that, I'd be getting screamed at over the radio by everybody that got wrecked.
I don't think I heard a lot of screaming on the radio, but he did not claim this one, and he was penalized for an unclaimed caution, so he was at fault. So you are on fire tonight. You were 3 for 3 with the caution review in line with Evan. Who knows? Maybe you're the one doing the caution review. I'm joking, of course, but we'll be doing it here. We'll be doing it here, every Monday night or Tuesday on the show.
Yeah, definitely. And always appreciate tuning in here. Whose fault is it anyway?
Okay, first segment in the books. What do you guys think of Steve's analysis there?
Trey, you go first. Yeah, you.
I don't know what to say because I don't know if I want to be mean or not because I could do circles around Steve on the track. And he also intentionally tried to bring out a yellow at Michigan that luckily nobody has video of, so that can't be rehashed. But I didn't just take a hard left. I don't know why he said that.
You watched it a few times. I don't think it was like it took him several views of the video to figure that out. To be fair on Steve too, we're asking him to tell us who he thinks is at fault. So we're putting him in the position. Do many people think Steve's the right person to tell us who's at fault? Probably not. That's part of the fun part of it, I guess. He was aligned with I guess what the caution review had said, but I didn't feel like he was that harsh on you. I don't know.
I didn't think that I didn't look like I took a hard left, so
yeah. It was just a bump draft, right? So it was the bump draft, and
yeah, I hit him in the right rear, and it got him sideways. And when he came back down after he saved it, it bumper hooked me, and I killed him. So
yes,
I
think. I had no comments. Okay, I got it all out.
No comment, really? Okay.
No, it's more for the chats. It's more for the chat's sake. I don't think it was obviously it wasn't on purpose. So, it's bump drafting up from the outside lane. So that's what it was, right? And on a package where you can't make any moves on the outside, I'm honestly surprised it didn't happen anymore.
I was trying to push Nick clear of the bottom so he could move down.
Yeah.
But
those things happen. And
it happens all the time. Honestly, that those accidents happen a lot when the package is better. I'm sure it's even more pressure filled when you're on the outside trying to make that happen. So I think everyone. I don't think anyone just got on the radio and were like, "What the hell, Trey?" Like, I don't think any.
Right.
Even the second accident with Nick Silver, I didn't think there was a lot of like WTF, right? So it's just really that second one, which it's restrictor play racing. It happens. You're trying to push him. The bumpers didn't align perfectly, and shit happened. So
we've seen that, and I've seen that. We saw that in the 500 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Was it
That
Christopher
happens a
Bell?
lot.
Yeah. Christopher Bell.
Yeah.
That's how I had the field. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those things happen. For my part, I guess nobody, luckily, nobody blames me for the accident, but I probably set up that big accident.
Didn't you do the illegal lane change? Steve probably doesn't know that rule.
Illegal is a strong word. I just got a warning about it. So I would say, yeah. I mean, I guess that was illegal. I mean, technically, it wasn't illegal because I got turned by the 5. So that means I wasn't on the inside lane. I was just
Because he was there. His nose was there. Yeah.
So I wasn't on the inside lane. So I was just trying to get there. So no lane change. Yeah. So I didn't realize it was funny because I was like, I saw them all crash in turn 1 and I was just like, LOL. I saw the 5 was in it. Well, he almost wrecked me. And then I saw that it was basically because I checked everybody up. And then I was like, I just saw that like an hour before I showed up here. And I was like, with the person I was with, I was like, oh no.
And you're like, you're probably thinking this is exactly what I thought would happen if we get a late race restart, which is why I didn't want the caution to come out. So it was not your fault. It was the caution before's fault that even put you in that.
Yeah. Hey, Liam, actually, up until about 20 minutes ago, I didn't think there was any lane change violation, and I didn't understand what anybody was talking about. So that was definitely not it. When I got the warning, I was like, "What is he talking about? Like what lane change warning? No, I was not lane changing." But I was. So I guess I'll blame myself on that.
It's unfortunate to learn that at that point in time, but that's usually unfortunately when it happens. Is like when you're running up front.
I'll admit it though. I'll admit it. Sorry for putting everyone in that position to be going 4 wide. Obviously if I had just stayed on the outside, that doesn't happen. So I'll take the blame for initiating the situation that caused the wreck. I mean, this is a great series, so you would think that 4 people going into turn 1 could make it without crashing, but I guess that was wrong.
I don't think whoever the car was on the bottom, Nick Silver, I think it was. I don't think he actually did anything wrong because he didn't make contact with anyone. It was the other car that was.
It was higher up on the track. Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of reacted, and I guess those other cars weren't aware that they were 4 wide.
To be fair, spotter wise, you're hearing the spotters never telling you 4 wide, correct? Right? So the guys at the top are thinking it's 3 wide, right? Yep. And so they're not 3 wide, they're 4 wide. Right. So even any movement on the top because of that. So I still do think it's likely Nick Silver's fault.
I will say I do feel bad because I felt like our front group there at the end was kind of like a family. So for everyone that didn't make it, like Brian Chambliss didn't make it out of that, I felt bad. Even Joseph Tice, I felt bad. I think this is what happens when you can't say his name right for a broadcast and a half. Then he just turns you. I think that's what it was. No,
but in our voice comms, when you saw that Joseph had got wrecked, you said good riddance.
I did not say that, did I?
Oh, that guy can get fucked. I hate him.
I did not say that. Yeah, I did not say that.
And then I remember messaging you and being like, "Hey, dude, that was like a little bit harsh." And you said, "Well, that's like I know exactly how to say his name. I just have like a vendetta against him. That's why I keep like just messing it up on purpose."
So, that is not what I said.
I think you guys need to bury the hatchet there. Trey, I've got a fan submitted question.
Oh boy, I think it's from Sam, isn't it?
It's unknown sources. Okay. So it's been pointed out that you have your incidents per race is currently sitting at 13.56. Just want to know your thoughts on that and how you plan to correct it, or if you are proud of it and how you intend to increase it.
I don't intend to increase it. So I don't. The thing is like I only have 9 starts, so if I had more starts, obviously, and my incidents per race would go down. Like I think last night I only had 4 incidents, I think it was for the first caution. I don't think I had any other incidents besides that. So
the rest of the race is just moving over for people. I know because I was also in that position. So
yeah,
So last night was probably a net gain on the incident
Yeah.
tally.
yeah,
Could've
I'd
been
say it
worse
was.
before that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the goal? Like, just try and like 1 wreck per race moving forward, or
Well, hopefully no wrecks.
yeah,
That would be the goal. I'd like to not wreck at all.
yeah. Have they? Do you feel like have they been like, if you were to think about them, have they? Is it just you getting caught up in other people's mess, or like?
Trey and I had a little run, and that was.
I was gonna say, I think Trey had mentioned something about driver memory and accidents, and I think Nick's still waiting for his apology from Nashville.
I don't even remember Trey. I don't even remember what the hell happened. I'll be honest with you. Actually, I'm pretty sure that I was the front bumper that turned Trey.
Yes.
It's like that is. I was like, I wasn't really looking for an apology because I didn't go around. I felt bad that you went into the wall. I didn't claim the caution, but I didn't want to see you turn into the wall.
Oh, of course.
You're fucking faster than me. I was like, nah, I was very aware. That was never the thing. I was just like, yeah. So there's no apology to be had because my car was straight. I need to apologize to William Schmidt for that race because I wrecked him. So he's on the chat. I'm sorry, William. That's who I need, or the apology needs to go. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I couldn't find you on Twitter for like 3 weeks, and then I forgot until just now. So I'm sorry. Trey, I'm also sorry for making contact with you.
I think I drove across your nose, honestly.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said on the podcast. But that doesn't mean that anytime you see a car you make contact with, go up into the wall, it's like it sucks, right? I mean, unless you're a couple guys in the race last night, it does suck. It's not what you want to do. So, and we were racing to the death with the dog, right? I think at that time, yeah. So that's what it was, yeah. So,
well, that's because I got dumped by someone else earlier in the race that I don't really have anything nice to say about. So,
Jeremy Miller,
yeah, but. Yeah, that's what started. That was the beginning of the end for me at Nashville.
Well, I will say about that, William has forgiven me, so we can all carry on with our lives. 2.5 months later, we're all okay now.
Yeah, you literally just put William to the wall in the trial. Nashville was just completely random.
It was one of the worst.
And the 3 or 4 weeks before that, every time William makes a post on Twitter about his run, somehow he gets our cars in there, and it's like, oh, that's really nice. Every single screenshot he does, he's got the Mara Motorsports cars in there. I don't have to go and do that myself. And he's like a screenshot teammate. And then you did that, so that was something.
Yeah.
I actually remember that incident, and you laughing about it afterwards. And if I remember, you made the joke. You were like, you sent a picture of him in the wall, and the caption said eat Schmidt. And I thought,
wow,
it was really funny. But
I needed that. You know what? That should have been my Twitter post after the race. No prisoners. No, that was a joke. That was really funny. That was really, I think you had spent probably 5 minutes thinking of that. I'm glad you got that out.
But we know it's not true because Danson doesn't say more than 5 words at a time during the race.
True.
So that was too many words.
When we get off the air, please, Danson, remind me to let you know what my Halloween costume is going to be because it's really hilarious. So,
your Halloween costume.
Yeah, I can't say it on the air. It was just based off of an off-the-air conversation, but it was really funny. So.
Okay.
Sorry, I just remembered it right now. I just got a text about it. So anyway, moving on.
So I feel like we should wrap up Daytona.
Nobody wants to talk about Daytona.
You said nobody wants to talk about Daytona?
No.
What better way than and thank you, Liam Sheen. Trey and I watched this before we got on air. This is fun. This is fantastic. I think everyone's going to enjoy this. Liam put together a radioactive for Daytona. So we're going to watch that.
Now we'll see if I called out Joseph. I guess.
No, you were stuck in our team's channel the whole time, so you wouldn't have broadcasted on the L Drivers.
Thank
But
God.
we're gonna watch Daytona Radioactive. We're gonna go to that, and then we'll be right back.
Do you think?
Live tonight from the virtual Daytona International Speedway, we say good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to the regular season finale for the 2021 SimSeats Real Sim Racing Cup Series.
It's good to have you back, buddy. Of old tracks to come back up. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate you. No problem.
And the field is going to be in the hands of the Bernardi 4 of Agnell Phillip as we say, let's go racing at Daytona.
75, you're lagging. Yep, I'm dropping. So Kyle, he said he was damaged. Why do you think I can keep up with him? It ain't got nothing to do with my damage. It's got something to do with the package. Package is...
Oh, here we go. Oh, now we got a big issue with Agnell Phillip and a caution at lap number 12. So just when we thought that maybe we were going to be able to get through some pit stops, that I mentioned pit strategy was going to be wacky in this one, it all goes wrong. Those teammate cars for Keeping It Real just got a little bit kind of stacked up on each other and caused a wreck in turn number 3.
Check it, wreck it.
Sorry about that, guys. I think it just bumper hooked me.
Pace car down it in. Michael Cozy Jr. on the gas early as Logitech G Altis brings us back to Green Flag Racing, now working lap number 16.
Hey, sorry there, Kyle. Did I get any damage from that? Yeah, man, you got a little wrinkle. Spoiler's mostly straight, but a little wrinkle in the left corner. I mean, I don't know what we're doing there, so.
We have a lap car that didn't move out of the way and is now trying to wreck lead lap cars that are pulling out the pass zones. Stove Price is a certified goofy.
Top 7, come on, let's go. You can get away.
Qualifying light.
And here come the pit stops. It was quiet on the radio, but the top 3 were the first to dive to pit road. They are all in, but Agnell Phillip.
You can push as hard as you want, Andrew. Just get behind him. We're going to lose time.
Who really cares at this point? We're just waiting on that one caution that turns this race into a wreck fest.
Caution at 2 laps to go. This changes everything, and Braden Whitaker is around in turn number 2 after getting some help from the 90 of Daniel Eberhardt.
I knew it was coming. Wow. All that riding around just to get to this point.
No way a lap car just caused that. Am I right there, 90, or what? How many times have you spun today?
I had to get my sponsor on the television. This draft package is a literal joke.
Of 3, Michael Cozy Jr.'s in control. Green flag flies, 2 laps to go.
Oh, one car already around into the grass further behind. It's one of the Mara brothers. Don't slide up into the field. He keeps it down. Nicholas Mara dropping out of the top 5. Meanwhile, they're 4 wide coming into turn number 1. There's no way that works. Sure enough, 2 cars get 3, 4, 5. They're all stacking up. And there's the huge one in turn number 1. All of a sudden, green white checker number 2 coming up.
You gotta love the clown fest at the end.
Did somebody like try to change lanes there before the line and go through the grass?
That's what it looks like, but I don't know.
They'll go side by side, but the run is for Seth DeMerchant, who will take the win in the Racing for a Cause 200. Danson behind them, hangs on for 3rd. DeMerchant gets the fastest lap of the race on the white flag lap. Logitech Jeep Altis will finish 1, 2, and 3. And TLC for Kids will win the charitable donation.
Well, that was incredible. That was really good.
Goosebumps everywhere. Yes, let's do it again.
Trey and I really had some some really solid TV time. I love the in-car shot there. That was great. That was fantastic.
Good job, Liam. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's like how long. So I'm curious, Liam, how long it took you to make that. And obviously, that's like a must-have. And I think what we're probably going to see moving forward is everybody is going to be keying up the mic just so they can be a part of the radioactive moving
Sam
forward.
said it. All I could think of is now I want to start talking. I'll share some spicy things.
Sam will definitely. Sam already said spicy things. What are we going to get now?
Oh, it took Liam a long time though. Maybe we'll only get him like on special events. That's a lot of.
I want to see a radio sweetheart for one of them.
Oh yeah,
we talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like you have the radioactive, and then there's one like clip that's the radio sweetheart. So
who do you think it would be? Sam. I think it would be Sam.
Probably. Sam's our radio sweetheart.
5 out of 6 weeks.
I just read the chat.
We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. That was really good. I'm super impressed.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like speechless after that, honestly. So
that was really good.
Yeah, I think Sam's the biggest potty mouth on the radio.
Yeah, 100%. There's gonna be a bunch of bleep.
Or I think Adam de Blasio, when he chimes in, could definitely get a. Actually, the funny thing is, I think 43 of us are probably like that. We just don't always with the.
Don't give the button. Yeah,
exactly.
That would make this really interesting if everybody shared like their live stream audio in the Discord. If everybody joined the RSR chat and somehow we were able to capture all of that and we shared that, but then everybody would be pissed at everyone. The drama would be 10 times what it is now, which apparently we're already causing drama on the show here. Which some people would be like, well, yeah, what do you think you're doing? So we're supposed to tone it down maybe a little bit, but
who said we're meant to tone it down?
There have been complaints
from who
about the calling out of people on the show. So
I want names. Give me names.
I don't have any names. I don't have any names.
I want to see the receipts.
If I had names, I would. We would be talking about this offline. I don't have any names.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say no.
But the purpose of the podcast is to make this all inclusive. We want everybody to join the chat and feel like this is a family here, right? As part of our RSR.
Why is everyone so soft?
I make fun of myself consistently.
Yeah.
When D'Anthony makes fun of me, I cry off air, but I get over it in like an hour or two.
Was that after the wreck at Daytona?
No, I didn't cry. I was just mad. I was just not. Right. I was unhappy with how it turned out for me because I'm selfish. So that was all. What's next? Where do we go now? Can we learn a little more about
Trey Browning? We'll learn a little bit about Trey. We've got plenty of time to talk that, and then we'll have some things at the end. We have got one more segment featuring Trey and Brandon, getting us ready for Darlington. But we got some time.
Okay. Well, Trey, what brought you to the series? How did you get involved? Because you showed up the first time I didn't show up, and I think you won the poll or you qualified.
It was Dover. It was Dover.
So
I got the poll.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure you're aware, most of my teammates were already in the league, so they would keep talking about it, and I was like. It sounded really interesting to me, and I kind of wanted to see like what it was all about. So I had signed up for it, but I was on the wait list. And then finally, the week of Dover, I got taken off the wait list, and I was eligible to race. So it was honestly, I was nervous going into Dover because it's broadcasted like if it's kind of a lot of pressure. So when I put it on the poll, I was shocked, honestly. Of course, I choked that one away, but
how did you choke it away? I didn't watch the race.
I ran into Kalis because he parked it off 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
From the lead?
No, I was top 5, I think. I think I've still finished like 14th, but I should have finished top 5.
Yeah, you finished 14th. You led 28 laps, so it's not like it was just a pole run. Like you were up there for a while. It looks like so.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then Andrew just decided.
I'm seeing why you have the high incident count. You had 50 points at Coda. So,
yes.
I guess we just need some.
That was
more road course races on the schedule.
Yeah, let's not.
I
actually,
yeah, we don't need to talk about Coda. You still finished. You finished, so not like that was bad or anything.
Yeah, and like I finished top 15, I think, at Watkins Glen, so it wasn't terrible.
Oh yeah, yeah. You only had 6 incident points. Yeah.
Well, it's the track limits with Coda. That's the issue.
100%. Yeah. I was Coda that had the 90%.
Yeah, I was on half.
So yeah, so it looks like you haven't done. So I'm looking at your stats on. I guess now it's Sim Racer Hub. It looks like you haven't done a league racing. So I guess what did you expect when you got an RSR as far as kind of the league atmosphere, maybe running official races?
I got a lot of information from Bowie about it, and he told me like it's really competitive. Like you're not gonna just walk in and run top 5. You're gonna have to like earn it. Well, yeah. That I still don't know how I did that, but
how much do you get paid? Like on Keeping It Real, what's the salary?
That's a good question. You'd have to ask Bowie.
Because I haven't got any offers, so I'm just.
We're not leaving with this esports. There's no way. Not after yesterday's performance. I think you're locked in. So
Trey, the important question.
Go ahead.
What do you think about Adam de Blasio?
Oh my god.
I wish you wouldn't ask me that.
So not 10 minutes ago did I say that we're possibly getting some heat for stirring up too much drama. You're gonna just dive headfirst into it. Why? That doesn't surprise me. Okay.
Yeah, no, you don't have to answer that. You can remain indifferent in your response.
Well, what's funny is during last week's episode, Danson, you like basically pled the fifth like 5 or 6 times, very well knowing you were going to say your piece. So
I was trying my best to do like the Kyle Busch, I'm just here so I don't get fined. I was trying my best, but then I can only hold off so long. And eventually, I gave my. But what I was actually really surprised by is after last week's episode. That's funny. After last week's episode, the number of people that sort of reached out to me and were like basically in agreement and just saying like, yeah, the guy's a bit of a whatever. And but they just people were not wanting to put that out there into the open, because they were worried that he's just going to wreck them because that's what he does, or B, just because like in this day and age sometimes it's if you call people out for certain behavior, it's you can be the what's the word, like the pariah or whatever. So like they didn't want to run that risk, so they just but they messaged me independently and were like, yep, agree with everything you said on the podcast, agree with what was in the Discord, yada yada yada. And yeah,
generally if we're saying we're frustrated with the way somebody's racing, we're not the only ones who are feeling it. I've noticed that when we've talked about people in the past, and honest to God, like I feel like Thomas George is a good example that we did spend some time being frustrated with. And I don't know, something must have clicked. I don't know. Thomas George has not been the source of any drama, basically, since we talked crap and he joined the show. And
Jeremy, we'll get stuck into Jeremy soon. Don't worry. I think
Jeremy wants to be called out, so that's like the complete opposite. Like I think he he like is asking us to talk about him.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Thomas George is I think he's the whole thing with him is a good example of like anytime that when we're talking about this stuff, we're talking about pretend race cars. We're not talking about people as far as them as individuals, because fundamentally none of us know what we're like in real life. Yeah, because like we only really interact on this video game. So I think anyone who's taking it massively to heart, like when they get called out for driving like a douche on the sim, that we're not saying that them as a human being are worthless or anything like that. We're just saying that they can't drive for shit, or it's unenjoyable to be around them on the racetrack, the virtual racetrack. So I think some people need to like get some perspective in that regard. Like, I know Adam, for example, in other interactions I've had with him outside of RSR, if you point out, and it's usually for a valid reason with some of the things he does, if you point out that what he did was a bad move or whatever, he immediately turns it that you're like bullying him or that you're doing this. Like it's painful to experience. But yeah, Jeremy's interesting, isn't he? Where he wants to be called out, and I don't really understand. I don't know if that's if it's a defense mechanism because he's like either embarrassed about doing goofy mistakes or whatever. But he's I haven't really had too many run-ins with him on the track.
I only had good.
You're lucky.
Yeah, but I think
You're lucky.
There you go. Sounds like there's a few people that have. So.
Yeah, so I think, and Trey, you probably don't want to go back and watch this, but the episode with Jeremy Miller was right after Nashville, and so there was some discussion there. So you guys probably don't see eye to eye, and I don't necessarily blame either of you for that. So, yeah, I mean, Jeremy seemed like a good enough guy when we had him on the show. I really like Jeremy. Jeremy's he had consistently over apologized even before the show had started, right? So this was like Phoenix, he wrecked me twice, and he like joined the Discord and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm an idiot, blah blah blah. So I see him as like a real like if he messes up, like he realizes he makes a lot of mistakes, but like he's also like he'll own it, right? Which I think that at the end of the day, that's what counts, right? So I think that's when we talked about Adam last week, and I don't want to harp on it, but that was no sense of ownership. That's kind of the issue, right? Not necessarily how he drives on the track. Like, look at Nick Silver. Nick Silver posted in the Discord. He said, I messed up, guys. Even though I think, there was some debate here about like what happened. And maybe it wasn't 100% his fault. He says, I own it. I messed up. I'm sorry, guys. He got like 10 thumbs up on the Discord, right? Like everybody's like, dude, shit happens, right? So like, what's up, Nick? Oh, and you're not in the video yet, so I gotta add you back. But yes,
internet issue.
We can hear you, but everybody else can't.
Did someone get shot again, Nick? Nice.
I'm not a big fan of.
There he is. Nick's back in now. So he rejoined. He left a little bit.
10 thumbs up on the Discord is basically that's power. That's respect. Yeah, I go to sleep well at night knowing if I got 10 likes on the Discord. So yeah.
You'd almost cause an accident to apologize, to make a post on Discord to get 10 thumbs up.
Nobody bitched me out afterwards, so no apologies, no. And if anybody wants to, I've been begging people to slide into my DMs, but nobody will do it. So thought maybe I'd wreck the field, but nope, nobody cares. So I'm joking. I'm sorry. Okay, continue. Who do we hate? Who do we hate right now?
Adam.
Who?
Adam.
Adam got brought up again as you were leaving. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm not a big fan of Adam, but I haven't had an issue with him yet. And I'm definitely not a fan of Jeremy. We could be here all night.
Who's your least favorite? Would Jeremy be your least favorite person to race with?
As of right now, yes.
Was it more than just Nashville? Were there other incidents?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes. Well, not. I don't know if there wasn't, other than Nashville, there wasn't incidents with me, but he's screwed over my teammates more than once. He did that at the Glen. He basically held two of them up for multiple laps. I think I basically had to like drive through the grass to get by him. He's just like a Ryan Newman, but slow. So it's like that's how you get wrecked.
Wait, hang on. This is Jeremy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, man. So when I was coming through the field at Loudon, this made me want to like drive my head through the screens. I got to him, got through everyone, everything was going well. Got to him, and he just pinching so hard, and then he'd like do this weird thing where he'd like come down in the middle of the corner when I'm clearly to his inside, and like door me and all that sort of thing, and then he's like, "Oh, great racing, whatever," and I'm like, "I want to murder you," and it was that's probably you know what, Jeremy's probably the reason that I wrecked Dominic, because I was already so mad about all that mess. Then when I got turned by Dominic, I was like, "That's it, he dies." Yep.
So
it's actually Jeremy's fault.
I'll leave this up for interpretation, but he has a lot more to lose than I do.
Oh.
So
oh my.
He better think about how he races me and my teammates, because it won't end well for him.
Yes. Oh, we have the show. Yeah, this is what I want. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that just got Matt to a place that we were just talking about.
Heaven, yes.
Discord. I on this chat. I'm pretty sure that's what did it. Drama. A hint of drama. Stole.
Drama.
Yeah. I guess
I don't like spending a bunch of time shit talking people, so I think we can maybe leave that there.
You love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You literally said in the Discord, guys, can we talk as much shit as possible?
Yeah.
Give the screenshot. Yeah, let's share the screenshot of where I said that. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, see, I know your trick. Discord, when you delete it, doesn't leave a trace. So
yeah.
And now
You're right. You're right. I
I
just put the stirring pot emoji. I don't know if there's one, but that would be
that's
that
crazy.
Would be what we need. So Trey, what do you think of your time at RSR so far? Opposite Jeremy Miller with the Keeping It Real guys. The team is obviously, you guys have like 4 cars in the chase. So a very competitive team. I guess you've been in. It looks like a couple other leagues. What has this experience been in RSR compared to kind of what you've done in the past?
Far more professional, I would say. I think I was in Integrity Racing League for a bit. I think this was several years ago. And the difference between that league and this league is night and day. It's completely different. This one's far more organized. It's broadcasted. It has its own podcast. There's a lot of things that this league has that league doesn't. And it's really awesome to see. I'm really happy to be part of this league.
Yeah, I like how you added the podcast piece in there. We try. We're doing this just to have fun, but I think it adds a little something. So,
Matt Mara has invested at least like $50K into this podcast so far, so it has to succeed.
And the production quality from Liam's 2 hours of work in that radioactive is still better than what we do here.
Liam did a better job in 2 hours than like anything that we've got on the podcast. What's going on there, Matt?
Super impressive.
I'm ready. I think Liam's ready to take over as producer. I think he's, we talk about my plans of owning RSR. So, eventually, we'll build this up and up and up. We got after the turns in the Mara Racing Network. into owning RSR, and then Liam will come in behind me.
Matt owns RSR. If Matt owns RSR, this is going to take a turn for the entertainment really fast. Lots of drama.
We're gonna it's gonna
restarts.
Racing is gonna be secondary. We're gonna be looking to create a Drive to Survive reality show like on the F1 side, just for RSR, and that's gonna be the primary focus.
I'm pretty sure Matt just I think Matt just took out a second mortgage on his home for this, so I think it needs to.
Well, that's why if you're listening, you need to follow us here on our Racing Network on Twitch, so we can get the 50 followers, so we can get subscribers, so that you can help pay my mortgage for all the money I've spent on the show.
I think for the 500 next year, we should do a Joker lap around the road course.
Oh,
yeah, I thought you were going to say we should do a Joker lap and run the Daniel Eberhardt line that we saw him running earlier.
Or we could do that. Either one.
I like that. The one lap on the road course. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like the top 20, the bottom 20 relegation.
If we could do 500 miles at the Daytona road course, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely not. Oh. We should do a Daytona 500, just 500 miles.
Yeah, that's we're gonna do the Daytona 500 on the road course.
Well, that would be an easy win for you. You don't want to win it easy, right? You want to just we've already got the Daytona strategy. It's us 4 Lotus cars.
The Daytona 500
that's
laps.
a better idea. 500 laps at Daytona.
That sounds like hell, honestly. Can you imagine? Getting in an accident like lap 1? Yeah. I do think we should consider a few full-length races, like they're saying here. I don't know.
Like the Coke 600, maybe?
I mean,
the Crown Jewels.
We'd wreck it by lap 12, and it'd be 388 laps of cars just riding around with damage. But, hey, that's what we did last time.
Yeah.
I'd be into it.
Yeah, I think the Coke 600 we did...
that'd be the
200. Yeah, we did 200 laps at, and I finished like 35 laps down and finished like 26.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it's sorry to interrupt, but I mean, if you were burning 900 calories in like an hour at a road course, I think we'd have to have an ambulance on standby for after the race.
Well, I was gonna say, I think we should definitely do a 24-hour. I think we are definitely going to enter the 24 hours of Daytona. We talked about it last year. I think we definitely have to do it this year.
I can't do it. I just
what?
I don't know if you know.
Nick, don't be a little.
Do you know? Have you seen my road course skills? Dancing. Oh my god.
That's why you practice. That's why you practice.
Maybe I'll be on the Altus team and I'll just run.
No, absolutely
not.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
not. No, you guys could get such a lead, and then I'll run.
You crash because you'd be like, "Oh, guys, I didn't practice. I was so busy."
I'll practice for this if I get a contract.
A contract.
There's no contract incoming. Just do the race with your brother and one other person. I don't know who. Maybe I don't know who would you do it with?
Our third Mario Motorsports driver.
Your brother. Your third brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll have it as I get my CSL direct drive here in like a month. I'll have an extra set. Yeah, we can give it to Joey, our younger brother, and he can start practicing. He'll probably be better at road racing than Nick.
Or worst case scenario, your mother-in-law. Your mother-in-law that was on the podcast the other week.
When the mother, yeah. She gets in and drives like a 1 minute 45 second lap in a pro.
So I can go take a piss break and then she pits.
A 1:45 is pretty quick.
That's what I know. That's what I'm saying.
Daytona Road, yeah. That's good.
I know. I was trying to just remember what a real life time was and give you a real
but yeah,
Sam's got it right. It's my daughter. I got the rig right here. Like she's ready to go.
Yeah.
Whatever we did here, I got the rig for her right here. She's got yeah. She got pedals over here.
There you go.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, she's ready. She's 3 years old. She has no idea what she's doing, but
yeah.
I actually think you should do it.
Yeah, I'll get some practice in. I feel like I'll probably get some time in the winter when things start to come.
Yeah, you won't be able to leave the house anyways. So we'll do some practice.
Yeah, it'll be a lot less of leaving. Yeah. So
I mean, the cars that are racing in the 24 hours of Daytona, they're built to run on road courses. It's not as bad as you think. It's a little easier to drive compared to the stock cars on a road course.
So, Danson.
Yeah.
You ever gonna win an oval race, or are you just gonna win road
I've
races?
already won an oval race.
No, I'm talking about the Cup Series.
Oh, in the Cup Series. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna win at Daytona, and he was gonna be like, "That's my oval win," and it was gonna be like,
"Nah,
come on,
I don't
man,
need a Mickey Mouse. I don't need a Mickey Mouse bloody Super Speedway win." I don't know. Who knows? It's all That's a good question. Who wins first, me or Sam? Probably me. I think like my main thing is just I need to qualify better and just be more okay, so to be honest, like through all of this whole season, I haven't done I don't do any like pre-race practice or preparation or I've not done any NIS. The last NIS race I did was Daytona Road at the
which I'm sure you won.
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, beat
I can barely remember all my wins. Yeah,
beat a couple of Coke guys. But after that, the only race that I really did practice for was Coda because I rocked up there to do a couple of laps and realized I was way off the pace. So I did a bit of practice for that. But otherwise, I've just arrived on the day, done a couple of laps or none at all, and yeah, that's what it was. And part of that is just because I just assumed that I'd be able to just be quick. Because in the Winter Series, I didn't really do any practice there either. I just rock up on the day and do the laps. The only one I actually did practice for was Vegas, like the final, because I wanted to make sure I won it. And actually a little bit on the road courses to help Sam and that. But I think for the chase playoffs, whatever the hell it's called, I think I've got to start just doing a couple laps beforehand, just get myself ready, try and understand the way the race is going to work, so that I'm not behind the 8 ball when it happens. So hopefully I can get the oval win soon. But who knows? Who knows what
I'm gonna make a bold prediction here that I win an oval race before you.
Oh. So that's what I was going to ask. Is we've got 10 races left in the season, Trey. What are your expectations for the playoffs? Obviously, you joined late, so you're not in the playoffs. I don't even know if you're eligible. So what are you hoping for in the next 10 races? And are there any tracks on the schedule that you've circled that you think maybe top 5 or win? Because obviously, you have the speed. You won the pole at Dover, so league-wise, you do have potential to win. Now, if you talk like Nick and Nick at the super speedways, right? So the good qualifying runs consistently, right? But consistently like me qualifying outside the top 30, to think I would ever have the speed to win, that would never make sense. But you have shown that you do have the speed in qualifying. So what do you have circled on the calendar? What are your expectations for the end of the year?
Not Darlington. That's probably one of my least favorite tracks.
We'll get some laps of you running Darlington here very shortly.
Yes. Those were probably the best laps I've ever ran there. I really like Richmond, Kansas, basically any of the 1.5 miles. Texas is a really good track for me, so I have a feeling I'll be up towards the front there. I'm not very good at Martinsville. Bristol, not very good. I'm actually not bad at Phoenix, so it'll just kind of depend on how I do. But definitely the 1.5 miles.
Yeah, I think Nick's like, yes, that's exactly my tune. And when you said Texas, Nick's like, yeah, Nick, you probably have Texas circled on your calendar. You're like, yeah, I
love Texas. That. Well, I'm good in the Cup Series.
Did you just say you love Texas?
So because everyone hates it, the new Texas in the Xfinity car, I won 4 Xfinity races in a row.
The track
I don't understand it. What?
It sucks. It's the worst. You've got one corner to actually do on the track.
Yes. For some reason, excel is a strong word, but like I'm very good when other people aren't.
Old Texas was genuinely like a good time.
I never raced,
and then they just destroyed it. It's so yeah, I agree. It's a joke. It's so stupid.
There's the things that I do, which is not like anything crazy, but like you guys just make me look like shit. But like in a normal like official races, I'm not that bad. And the things that I'm good at, I could do at like Old Texas and a couple of other tracks, or New Texas and a couple of tracks.
What,
so
full throttle?
No, in the Xfinity car? No.
No, but you're like even in Xfinity, you're like obviously you're slowing down for T1, but then after T1, you're full throttle all the way around back again.
Pretty much.
I felt like it was. I have to take some laps and I know 3 and 4, especially at the beginning of the run, pretty much. But yeah, but 1 and 2 definitely wasn't. And as you go through a run too, it felt like there was a lot of
fall
time. It is very. The Cup cars were much different than the Xfinity cars. I liked it. I enjoy it. But dancing, like 80% of my wins are on tracks where there's not a lot of lift or there's just a little bit of lift. So it was not worth it.
It's like the trucks. I mean, that's the trucks, right? The trucks are a lot of throttle, right? So
hell, guys, if the Truck Series season was 6.5 mile tracks, I think I could have won the championship. But
are you running for a championship?
I'm not running for a championship. Yeah. The 350 is a bit strong. Dance and say it to my face, will you? Matt wants drama, okay? Don't just put it in the chat. Jesus Christ.
What's the highest SOF race you've won, Nick?
You asked this question like a month and a half ago. Like 2,700 or something?
I think it was.
Was that a
yeah, it was. I don't remember for sure. I think it was somewhere between like, it was like just under 3,000, I think was my biggest race.
That seems like a lie. Let's have a look.
Okay. All right. The answer, no lies. I'm pretty sure I fibbed it just a little bit.
Okay. So
speedway though, if it's in a super speedway, it doesn't count.
So while Danson's looking that up, Trey, what's your biggest? What's your biggest win in iRacing, if you would point to one?
Winning the Daytona 500 twice in an IS.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Twice.
Yeah.
So would you consider yourself the restrictor plate king?
Okay.
No, not at all.
Are you making that up, or is that a question we're getting?
What?
What's up? Yeah, Nick. What are you asking that?
Did you make that question up, Matt, or did somebody send that to you?
What, the guru, the restrictor plate guru?
Yeah.
Why? No. He just said he won 2 Daytona 500 official races.
Okay.
And they were both full length,
So Trey's only been in you've only been in one restrictor plate race with RSR, right? So we wouldn't even know outside of the official races and all that, and maybe your stats in iRacing. So I don't think that was a ridiculous question, Nick.
I'm just really stressed out right now because Danson's going through all my wins. So
he's evaluating you.
I don't know what he's getting. I don't know what he's seeing in there. Are you seeing anything you like?
No. Hang on.
Chances he says anything good about me, I doubt it. He's probably just like, oh shit, this guy's actually pretty good. I gotta really delay this.
Your I rating's like, well, what's your I rating? So I guess Trey, what's your I rating right now?
4290, I think.
Oh, okay. You're good. Yeah. You're way faster.
I got destroyed in a B fixed race last night, otherwise it would have been higher. But what are you gonna do?
Be fixed at Darlington?
Yeah.
So you're not feeling good about this weekend?
Not at all.
So what is your expectation going into Darlington?
Off
the wall?
Yeah, not crash.
Do you think a lot of people will be feeling that way? You and Brandon did the what to look forward to at Darlington. Yeah. So do you think if you just keep the car off the wall, you get like a top 20? I'm wondering because if I just take it easy and I just like stay out of the wall, will I get a top 20? What are you thinking?
Well, I expect somebody to wipe out half the field. Somebody will hit the wall, or there'll be somebody that goes in there with side by side with somebody, and they don't give and take and cause a big wreck. And it's hard to get slowed down at Darlington because you're already low on grip, so it'll be interesting.
Have you done any A-fixed races this week?
I have not yet.
Okay. I am curious. Well, if they are, I'm always curious if they're a wreck fest. And when you hear they're wreck fest, I think everybody takes a different approach. Especially like we look at Michigan. I think there are a lot of people who are like, okay, A-fix was the wreck fest. We're gonna back off, and we're not gonna go crazy at the start, and we're gonna just try not to stay out of the big one. And then because of that, nothing happened. So I'm wondering if we'll see something similar in Darlington.
Yeah.
Nick, you were loving Michigan week. Gee whiz.
I know. I know. This is why.
Let's pump the brakes on that one. You ran a lot of races. You didn't win a lot.
I did win one race. Are you going through can't you just go sort it out by best finish?
Yeah, I am. I'm just looking though, just for interest's sake.
Okay. If you haven't noticed, I haven't really raced a lot this summer. If we remember Hot Girl Summer from earlier this summer, I haven't really gotten a lot of laps in.
I think we remembered Hot Girl Summer when you showed up late for tonight's episode.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It was Danson's fault, not mine. I was told 10:30. So that always meant 10:45. Not on purpose though. What are you seeing, Danson? Have we figured out how impressed are you? When should I expect the contract to come in?
Well, it's looking bleak at the moment.
Looking bleak.
The highest I've found so far was a 2400 at Talladega.
Okay, but that
doesn't count. So on a real racetrack, you got a 2300 at Michigan. When did you first start iRacing?
It was literally last year. It was a year ago.
My 1 year iRacing anniversary. Yeah, but I feel like you're not. I feel like you're looking at the wrong. I just sort it by wins and go through all 27 of them.
Yeah, I am, but it doesn't. Well, yeah, I got to do it by date range to do that though.
Oh, gotcha.
You got to go look at each season, etc.
Yeah.
Maybe that 2300 win is pretty good at Michigan. That's solid.
Okay. Well, I'm not disappointed by it. No, it was a Talladega, right? So, oh well. I'm not too disappointed by it. So that's what you're racing against, Danson. That is who you trusted to get on and off pit road with the Alta C Sports cars. So,
and you know what? You didn't do too bad. You only lost 2 seconds in the process. It could be worse because I looked back when I looked down at the relative and saw Matt Mara 9.8 seconds off. I was like, "You're kidding me."
Can we stop bringing that up? Can we please stop bringing that up? Daytona is over. We closed the books on it.
You had one job, and I'm like, "What did he do?" Because I was like, "Did he take 4 tires? He didn't take 4 tires, did he? Surely." I couldn't believe it.
It was 10 times worse. We watched the replay.
And then I watched it back afterwards, and I was just like,
We're past it. We know that iRacing is not my strong suit.
Oh, so, I did not want the Matt Danson silence of disapproval. That's all I didn't want.
The thing that was hilarious is that neither of you mentioned the fact that Matt was backwards on pit road. Like no one thought to mention that.
Oh, I was so pissed. I was completely silent on the radio. I was like,
but I'm like,
I barely talked the rest of the race after that.
I tried to tell you, Danton. There was a reason why I was there. That was not there was a reason why I was a second or behind. I hope when you saw the video, you're like, oh, that makes sense.
But you're like, oh, I don't think Matt's gonna be able to catch up. It's like, well, no shit, he's not. You saw him backwards on pit road.
I did say that. That's exactly how I was so nice about it. It was like, I think you said, are you waiting for Matt? And I was like, I don't think he's going to catch up to us.
Yeah. That's not happening. No.
That wasn't it. I promise.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He might not be able to catch up to us. I don't know what he's doing.
I just got a gut feeling it's not going to happen. Let's just move forward.
Oh God.
Anyway, okay. What do we do now? Where do we go?
We should probably start talking about Darlington. So we have power rankings, but I think first we'll get feeling ready for Darlington with our 5 with Bowie. This time with special guest Trey Browning.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah. Yeah, and video. So this will be fun. So we're gonna split that. We'll be right back.
All right, so if you noticed, even with him tagging the wall a little bit, already going on lap 3, it's very, very difficult to get around this beast of a track. But some of the things to definitely notice is so that you don't overdrive turn 2 or turn 3. A lot of times it's very, very difficult to kind of put the throttle down. As you can see here, he's spinning the tires coming out of the corner, even if he's being as smooth as he can. But if you pay attention here and listen, he's actually not really using the brakes. He's mainly just using a little bit of throttle management. He tries not to wreck here. But, the same thing for turn 3, except for you are going to use brakes. And then you're going to try and just straddle that line, trying to get as close as you can to that wall. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's not easy. It's going to take a lot of practice, a lot of finesse, a lot of respect from the drivers around, because there's probably going to be some dive bombs. There's probably going to be some people putting people in the fence, but hopefully we can limit that, and we can get some good racing for hopefully the race. So going into this next lap, Trey is going to bring it down pit road, and he's going to show you guys how to hopefully come down pit road on a green flag run. Same thing for a under caution. You just want to make sure that you stay to the left of that line. If you go outside that line, that is a penalty, and unfortunately around here, that could be big. That could be the difference between winning a race and losing the race. So you pay attention to that cone on the right hand side. Just stay close as you can to the wall on the left. As the tires go on, it is going to be more and more difficult to keep it down at the bottom. So you're going to probably really have to check up, really have to mind how fast you are entering on pit road. But if you can do that, then you can easily come down pit road, get your tires changed, fuel, get back out there and try to get it done. So that's going to be my top 5 for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed, and catch you guys later.
Okay.
So yes, Sam, that was the same discussion we were literally having off air while that segment was running. Is where are the barrels? So I know where to hit. That joke will never be too old. And so I did watch that extra tentatively there with the pit road entrance. I don't think we're gonna get green flag pit stops at Darlington, but
I hope not.
you better bet I'll lose just a couple seconds so I don't pull that off. But nicely done, Trey. Thanks for showing us around Darlington.
Yeah, I was impressed. He's kind of scared me there. Hit the wall once, almost spun out off turn 2.
It's not an easy track.
No. I think my strategy is qualify 43rd. I'm praying you guys can't hang on to it, and then just see what happens. Or just
you don't know.
I don't know. That might sound like a really good option right now.
The part that y'all didn't see is that took about 7 takes to get right. So, yeah, because I crashed a lot before that. So
yeah, I was gonna say. So Liam said his the video he produced took 2.5 hours. So how long did it take to put that together, Trey?
45 minutes to an hour, maybe.
Okay. You got some good practice in, though. At least you're learning the track. You got a lot of laps now. And you're like, oh, why am I so good at Darlington? It's because I spent
I still hate it.
Together.
So.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Your biggest wins have been at Darlington and Texas.
I told you. That Darlington win is probably, other than the Clash win, that Darlington win is the highlight of my sim life.
That's crazy. So the Darlington win was a 23.65, and you've got 2 Texas wins. One in a truck, that was a 24.87, and in the Xfinity car, which was a 24.06.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Look out, everyone.
Yeah,
old Darlington in Texas. I'll be. Actually, I do expect to run pretty well in Texas. I'll just say it right now.
So we know Trey you've been in was a 3K SOF.
Wait, what?
The highest SOF race that you've entered, that you've actually been in, was a 3100.
What race was that? Was it in Texas?
It was iRacing Super Speedway. What a surprise!
No, I'm the favorite to win at Texas. That's my favorite. That's the favorite. Darlington, I can't make a lap. Old Darlington.
That's a good question, Liam. Hang on, let me check. The number 1 in that race was. Please hold. Trevor Perry.
Never heard of him.
Oh.
Trevor Perry with the 6800. The 2 car. So it went from car 1 was a 6800, car 2 was a 5900, and car 3 was a 50.
Where did I finish in that race? I'm just curious.
You finished 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some
I'm
bright
impressed.
Spots. Yeah, there's some bright spots in a. They were dumping.
Cody was in this race. Cody Harris. He was the 4 car with a 4300. There's a massive drop off from the first 4 cars in iRating.
What was my I rating? What was my I rating in that field?
You were you were 28. Well, you entered after the race. You were at 2800. You entered it at like 2730.
Yeah, you got pretty up. You almost got the 3K there for a little bit.
That was split 1, Liam. Because the split 1s are when I know I have no chance at winning, and I just pray for it. Like that's that when I've always been at this, like, for the last 6 months in the Cup. I've been at this really weird I rating where it's like either I'm like at the bottom of split 1 or at the top of split 2. And, the bottom of split 1 is fun and all, but, sometimes I just want to get in the top of split 2 and have a chance at the win. So that's where I teeter.
Would you rather win split 5 or get a top 10 in split 1?
I'd rather get a top 10 in split 1. But if you're asking me, would I run back half of the top 10 in split 1 or win in split 2? I would take split 2.
Would you rather qualify for Road to Pro round 2 by running in split 5 the whole time against people nowhere near your level, or racing in top split and just missing out?
You'd obviously rather make it to round 2. Anyone would say they'd rather make it to round 2. That's a no-brainer.
There's a qualifier on that. But then in round 2, being like woefully off the pace and running at the back and just being horrible.
You made it to round 2, though.
I think I would say in that situation, I would say option 1. I would take the barely missing Road to Pro round 2, but running competitive, but running these.
Yeah.
I would say.
In the sense that, I guess if you're going to run it, be one of the worst in round 2, then you're basically wasting a bunch of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's my opinion on the question that you asked. So in split 1, I agree. I agree that it's a lot of fun to race the good guys, but winning is even more fun. So that's I enjoy, if I want to race, I want to have a chance to win.
Yeah.
So that's why I would choose. So I can hear myself.
Very good. All right, next bloody segment.
We got to get the power rankings. I know everybody loves their power rankings.
God help us.
Just put Bowie at the top. We already know.
What? I know.
I don't think he is anymore. Oh my God. Is Nick Mara in the top 10?
Otherwise I'll just sound like a maniac.
Do you think he put me in the top 10?
Yeah, Nick Mara average finish of 18.5 in the last 2 races. Probably on the border here. I don't know. Okay. Well,
I don't think. I
I'll
think
make sure I do this right.
Playing with us.
Yeah, I'm just jerking this off a little bit here.
What?
What?
This isn't cooperating with me right now.
Oh.
Okay. I think we just got canceled.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. You hate to see it.
Yeah, I know. I want to keep Liam in here. I got to get on my stats so I have like something to back this up.
Hey, but
Especially with Liam
Elon's
listening,
out.
it's like
if Liam didn't overshoot his pit stall, which we saw in the radioactive, he was in top 10. He should be in top 10. He was there with us, so that's my opinion. But okay, all right.
Yeah, let me get the stats to back that up. Yeah, Liam, after his win, has finished 27th and 26th the last 2 weeks. Sorry.
Ooh.
Well, that's about on par with what I've done. So.
Wow, it's almost like that win was just like meant nothing, was undeserved.
Yeah.
I think he was. I mean, he was literally racing. Like that was the race to get into the playoffs. And nothing mattered other than winning.
We don't want to see him try.
I hope Liam. I have a feeling Liam's gonna make it out of the first round, and then you're all in trouble from there. So.
Everybody's favorite here in number 10, P10.
Oh God!
Wow. How did he get in the power rankings?
I wonder the same thing.
You just letting anyone.
Did Jeremy finish 9th and 11th the last 2 weeks? 3 top 11s in the last 2 weeks.
Were they all super speedways?
How many people did he wreck to get those positions?
New Hampshire, Michigan, and Daytona. If I could even talk right.
Oh.
Michigan's basically a super speedway, so.
Oh yeah, that was a fair statement. Yeah, I did feel like a super speedway. It's definitely a different race.
No, fair enough. All right, next one. Oh yeah, nice.
Nick Silver was on the show last week.
Yeah.
So he didn't come the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I think we're excited to see him back on here. For Nick, turning in the right direction and ready for the playoffs.
Yep.
It was hard for me, honestly, with Daytona. It's like Daytona's like such a no talent track. It's like I don't want to make like drastic moves in the power rankings based on Daytona, but
it's a wild card.
There, I mean, if you had a bad finish, you don't have the power rankings going. So,
yeah.
Okay, Adam De Blasio.
Interesting.
He finished. Well, I mean, he won 2 weeks ago.
I was battling with those two at the end. The last 2 laps. I was very afraid we were all not going to make it to the line. Somehow we did. It was scary. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. Adam and Eric were working together, and we were in like the 3rd or 4th group. When I was 3 laps down, I think people were getting bored back there. Look who's re-entered the conversation.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
I gotta say, I think that was help from Nicholas Mara Motorsports push to a top 3. Couldn't have done it without me. So you're welcome. I'm gonna take that as me getting back into the power rankings.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice job, Sam.
Yeah, gained a couple spots. Sam's got over the last 3 races. Sam actually has the best average finish in the league.
What?
Yeah. 6.3 average finish the last 3 races. 7th at Watkins Glen, 2nd at Michigan, and 10th at Daytona. I think a few weeks ago, Sam was falling out of the top 10 because he went on a stretch of not finishing in the top 10 for 5 straight weeks. And the last three races have been more of what we expect from Sam Nieto. So,
well, yeah, he quit screaming on the radio.
Wait, so Matt, you said that's more than you'd expect from Sam. Are you saying that he's bad?
I think that's exactly.
No, I had more of what we want, what we do expect from
Oh.
Sam. More of what we do expect from Sam.
thought you said
Stop
more
trying to
than
stir the
you
pot. I'm saying nice things.
Okay.
Number 5, Rhett McBride, which is surprising because Rhett made the playoffs by 9 points. Very, very close. And almost missing it. Bradley finished 8th. Had gained 5 points on him. So very close there. Look at where he finished here. Yeah, he finished 13th. And before that, he had a streak of 9th, 8th, 5th, 9th. So a lot of good finishes from Rhett. I think he's an underdog in the playoffs.
He finished
Consistent.
like 30th at Michigan, though.
Yeah, he did have a bad finish in there. Yes, but with the exception of that, has been consistency. It's either been wreck or consistently.
Trey,
Like
that's a powerful 30th. That's why I boosted him. It was a really good 30th. So Matt, like he weights those. If it looked like you were, okay, yeah, you finished at the back, but you were confident about it, that gets more.
I these rankings I'm a little confused about because I finished 20th and 17th in the last 2 races, and Danson was not even in the last 2 races. That's one, and he's in 7th, and a Nicholas Mara aided 3rd.
But to be fair, if I'm doing the power rankings and a dude has just rocked up after not even attending the last few weeks and just arrives and comes P3, you got to say that's pretty powerful.
Oh, so powerful.
Yeah. And that at the end of the day, finishing top 10, top 5 is stronger than consistently finishing 15th. Right.
Exactly. No, basically, Nick, no one gives a shit.
You know who didn't seem to give too much of a shit? The broadcast. I don't feel. I was there, but I don't think anybody mentioned my name. I was just like random car in lead group.
Yeah.
Until I went through the grass, and then I was one of the Mara brothers. They probably thought it was Matt. They were just so shocked that it couldn't be.
No, they would know it's not Matt. They know.
Yeah.
There were too many green flag stops for it to be Matt.
I was gonna say, and okay, so Michigan, Nick started up front. Nick fell back. I passed up Nick, and I was racing with Seth, and I passed him up for 5th on the first green flag run. So, I can have speed. But yeah, the green flag pit stops they're always struggle. Okay, top 4. Angel Phillip, as Steve Durham would say.
Angle.
Or Agnel Phillip, as the rest of us will call him. Finished 5th this week.
How you're supposed to say it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The top 3 is where the interesting action is.
Oh, my.
Drew finally lost a spot. I think it's the furthest he's been down in the power rankings all year.
Freezing cold. You know, I was looking yesterday. I don't feel like he's won a race in like months.
So when he was on the show, we had mentioned it was 8 races since his last win, which was the second longest streak that he had ever had. And now he's at 11, which is his longest streak of his RSR career. So just had to do the math. So his longest was 11 races between wins. He's now gone 11 races, so it'll be at least 12 if he wins even at Darlington next week. So I think, crazily enough, I think this is the first time this season he's finished outside of the top 10 2 weeks in a row. And now I want to go look at stats and see when the last time he finished outside of the top 10 2 weeks in a row was, because he finished 12th at Michigan and 14th at Daytona.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That says a lot for, I think, where the series is at right now.
I agree. Okay, the last 2.
When you got Nicholas Maras,
I know who's going to be number 1.
The fact. What?
I know who's going to be number 1.
It's not you.
It's going to be Seth. Right, Seth, right?
This has to be Brandon. Yes.
Wow.
I told you this stuff. Yeah. Makes sense.
I mean, he won. And outside of the 16th place at Michigan, where he's running on the top 5, he's finished 5th, 2nd, and 3rd.
Wow. Seth is
and Brandon finished 35th. Brandon finished 35th this week, right? And it's Daytona, right? But I mean, Seth won. Average finish of
You know, I still don't know if Seth DeMerchant is real, but I'm still a Seth DeMerchant fan.
I think when Seth joined the league, like what was it, like a month and a half ago, where like Seth
Road America was
he's going to be at the top of these rankings. I don't know when it's going to be, but at some point he's going to be at the top. So I don't think any of us are surprised. What's that?
I said, how good was the pass for the win at the end?
I didn't even see it.
I didn't see it either. So, was Seth in second? Was
he was in second all the way until like turn 4.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Wow. The whole time. He like led the whole race, I felt like.
No, that was the Cozy led all the way from lap 14 through to lap 89 or whatever the last lap was.
Wow.
Good for him.
And Cozy still did the donuts and everything. He was a good sport about that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We win and lose together.
Yeah, I feel you guys. I feel like I won with you guys. I'll get my trophy in the mail.
You were nowhere to be found.
Is Seth a Larson fan?
He is, big time.
Okay. That
How'd you know
explains. Because I remember racing with him several years ago and he was in a Larson paint.
Yeah.
So.
No, he loves Larson.
That explains the driving style a little bit, in the sense that he really does seem to like going up high, which is kind of something that Larson is kind of known for.
You know, I'm a little disappointed. Danton, I'm a little disappointed. I should have just come out there and done donuts with the 3 of you.
It wouldn't have looked right.
Could you imagine? You guys would have been so pissed. There would have just been silence on the Discord. I already know it. It's complete silence. I'm like hitting the walls, or you guys.
Well, what's so
here?
The donuts were so great. Like, you guys literally didn't hit each other while you were doing donuts right next to each other. It looked like you guys had practiced that at some point. Yeah, and Nick would have probably just came in, done some Clash style donuts.
Cleaned us up.
I should have just came in full speed and just hit all 3 of you at the same time.
Hey guys, I'm here.
Oh God. Okay. Anyway, do we have any more segments?
No, I think with that we just so I guess a reminder for everyone. I guess 2 reminders. So number 1 is we have the After the Turn store. So I'm wearing my After the Turn shirt here. You can all get your After the Turns gear at aftertheturns.club. The same site that Real Sim Racing used for the Real Sim Racing gear. So, you know, you're getting a high quality product. Thanks, Tom Morano, for setting this up. So totally go buy your After the Turn shirt.
Our biggest fan seems super upset that we haven't done playoff predictions. So
yeah.
I did mention playoff predictions. I thought we would get to it at some point. Sam, do you guys want to go through some playoff predictions? I know
Sam gets knocked out first round. Done.
Yeah.
Sam's gonna like riot if you don't. So
okay, so we'll go into the standings. The standings here are, I mean, the points numbers are a little bit different. They're not updated, but the 16 above the cut line, they're the same. So they're the playoff drivers that we're looking at here. So yeah, so you wanted to predict who's going to be out first round, pick 4 drivers who aren't going to make it to the next round.
Yeah. So are we just doing the first round right now?
Yeah, I think just round 1, unless you want to pick your final 4, which I think we did that in a previous episode.
Yeah, we've done
Whoops.
that.
I don't know why that just pressed a bunch of buttons. Sorry, guys.
More Steve Durham stats. No, we don't. Get that out of the way.
Bringing back a drama.
No more drama. Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. I pressed some buttons and the keyboard was.
Okay, just the first round. Just the first round. That's fair. Okay, let's see it. Can we see the standings again?
Yeah,
they're all pretty much the same. Okay. And what are so we got 2 short tracks and Okay. I'll go.
Yeah, pick 4.
I'm gonna say this is hard. I don't want to like piss people off. I'm thinking. I think Sean's been struggling quite a bit recently, so I think he's going to be a surprise, Sean Casto, and not make it out of the round.
The last 2 races for him were top 10s, but yeah.
Really? Okay.
10th at Michigan, 4th at Daytona. But yes, very restrictor platey. Yeah, before that, struggles. Yeah.
Jeremy Miller, I don't know if he can keep it clean. That would be my concern for him. But we'll see. I think Brian might struggle to make it out, even though I was racing with him a lot at Daytona. And we're gonna have him on next week, so I probably shouldn't have said that. And I think Adam, I could see him not making it out of the first round. I think he might have the speed to do it, but that doesn't usually seem to be the issue for him. So I would say those 4.
Yeah.
How many people go through?
12.
12. So 4. You're picking 4 that won't make it to the next round after the next 3 races.
I think I won't make it. Eberhard won't make it. Adam won't make it, and maybe, probably Jeremy. Yeah, so me, Adam,
Danson, you
Jeremy,
really think? Well, why would you say you're not going to make it to the next round? Why would you say that?
Because Adam's going to try and wreck me in all 3 races, so I'm going to probably score no points. And Eberhard is suspended and probably won't win any of the other races because he'll wreck anyway. And who was the other one I said? Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yes, it's just Jeremy.
You really think you're not going to make it? I'm just like, I
wouldn't be surprised. It seems like a very Danson thing to do.
Yeah.
There's no road courses.
Exactly. Yeah. How am I going to make it? I'm fine.
Yeah.
What are I mean, I guess I should look, but what are the tracks for the next 3 races?
Darlington, Richmond, Bristol.
Ooh.
You're good at Richmond. You know what you got to do now? Like these next 3 races, you have to qualify better. These are 3 tracks where you need to qualify well, right? I think if you do that, you're fine.
The
if
fact that
10th to 15th, I'd be a little concerned. You know, you just get caught up in somebody else's mess, right? That's the concern there. Which, I mean, a lot of those guys are going to qualify even potentially behind you, but it just puts you in a position that you don't want to be in, you know?
Yeah.
So that would be my only concern for you.
The fact that you were hesitant to say Jeremy, which I'm disappointed because there's no way he makes it out of the first round.
Whoa!
He was lucky to win at Daytona.
Yeah, that's true.
So
they did get like 3 top 3s at the beginning, though.
Yeah,
he's got some speed, you know.
It's very hit or miss, which doesn't work in like playoff point standings, right?
Oh, yeah, really.
So I think when he was on the show with us, he had like 3 top 3 finishes, and the rest were like outside the top 15 or something crazy, right? So like either like really good or really bad, which consistency is going to be rewarded now.
Can you show us regular season points without the wins?
I don't.
Like the Dan Lisa thing should show that.
The Dan Lisa's close now.
I think my biggest issue with Jeremy is the fact that when y'all had him on after Nashville, he literally said he doesn't take this seriously, which bothers me.
So you did watch that episode? Okay,
I did. I watched part of it. Yes.
That's always the cop out from people when they do bad. They're always like, "Oh, I wasn't trying."
But like, if you're gonna say that, then you shouldn't be in the league.
Oh, actually, you know what? I think I'll be fine because look at this. P9, and I missed 3 races. Surely that's okay.
Yeah, you've got 9 bonus points. You're starting with 9 points ahead of some of the guys who don't have wins.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
But I think that like that's just not. I mean, I guess it's a different point system we have, but that's not even a lot of points. Even just ahead is just not a lot of points. So for me, I look at this as pretty much a full reset.
Yeah.
Like everybody's starting even, you know, because basically everybody is.
So Trey, who are your 4 out? And then I'll go.
I think you already know one of them.
I was gonna say, can Jeremy Miller miss the playoffs 4 times? Like, can he be all 4?
I wish he wouldn't have made it. So Jeremy, can you pull? Is this the points right here?
Oh, you want me to go back?
Yeah, do you have the playoff standings?
Oh, so I think there's an ask to look at the points.
Oh, I like this.
The points, regardless of win.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Wow, Sam had more points than you, Danson. It was the same amount of races.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I would say Jeremy. I think Chambliss. De Blasio. I don't think he's really. I don't think he's fast enough consistently to make it out of the first round.
Wait, hang on a second. Did Sam get a heap of bonus points for not qualifying for a race?
A couple, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, well, so a bunch of people have bonus points in here because of Bristol dirt, right? So anyone who didn't make the feature got 10 bonus points. But yeah, must have been at least one other one where they got bonus points.
I think. Well, did he get bonus points for Phoenix?
I guess in here we can see where the bonus points were given.
To bounce off of Trey's point, it's more so like it's about consistency, right? So the 2 or 3 of the guys that you mentioned have just been fairly up and down, right? So that's where the concern comes in 3 races.
Right.
So honestly, on a speed standpoint, all 16 can have, in my opinion, can have that speed for maybe even all 3 races. But it's going to be hard, especially with some of these guys. I mean, some of these guys who aren't in the playoffs, like you, Trey, can have really good speed. Obviously,
right.
Like Seth, Cody Harris is freaking 21st in points, and he missed 8 races. So, like, I just think it's impressive. There's gonna be guys that are gonna it's not gonna be just like a bunch of playoff guys and that's it. So that just means that some of these guys are gonna be starting mid-pack or even near the back of the pack, and that just puts you in a really bad position at 3 tracks that are gonna be kind of hard to pass, maybe with the exception of Richmond. So it's gonna qualifying is probably in strategy very well may determine it a lot. And who cannot crash. So.
So did I have 2 or did I name 2 or 3?
I was gonna say I think you said Jeremy and
Chambliss.
Did you say Adam?
Oh, Adam. I honestly am not sure on the 4th one. Maybe somebody who just kind of like squeaked in. I'm not sure. I would
squeaking wise, like without the points. Like Bradley missed it. Rhett made it by 9 points, and I think everybody else
had a win, right?
Wise was well ahead. So there wasn't much behind Rhett, but then there were some guys with wins, like Jeremy. We see it on the point standings here. He was 14th points wise. Bradley was 13th, and he missed the playoffs, right? So there's some guys here with one win, like a Liam Sheen back in 23rd, and obviously he did some less races here that had the win and made it in because of that. So maybe start thinking about that.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like Rhett's kind of hit or miss. Like, 1 week he's top 5, and then like Michigan, he finishes 30th. So
yeah,
it's things like that all it takes is one bad race. So
yeah, everybody wants to talk about incidents per race too. We can look at that. I'm pretty far up here. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I'm.
Oh yeah, you're 3rd place. Yeah, you had 51 at Coda. So
yeah, I know.
I'm pretty proud of myself.
You're fairly far down the list here. Yeah.
Hey, hell yeah! Good job, me.
Under the likes of Michael Kaczynski and
go to the other end. Who's at the lowest?
I think it's Bowie, isn't it?
Gary Weaver,
baby, the one and only. I think he still has more points than me.
Yeah.
I think he still has more points than me.
Gary Weaver. Yeah, he got the 56 points. Yeah.
LOL. Okay.
So I guess I'm the last one. So I actually have numbers to go off of.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, the numbers. But I agree with most of what you guys were saying. So, Jeremy probably. I'll say Jeremy. Daniel with missing a race. I mean, who knows? He can go win one of those. I feel pretty confident he can go win one of those races if he really tries hard, right? So I definitely don't think he's out, but he's at a huge disadvantage missing Darlington. Brian has one top 10 since his win at Charlotte. So like things need to turn around for him. And man, everybody else is running pretty consistent up here.
It's crazy because like you could have like what happened at like Daytona, for example, somebody get like Andrew or Bowie or somebody get taken out and just flip this upside down, which is, I mean, that's possible.
Yeah, I think man, I'm gonna make kind of a ballsy one move here. I'm gonna say Chris Rabel, kind of guy, someone who's ran in the back half of the top 10 when he's running fast. Otherwise, has been in the teens. It hasn't showed like winning speed, but has been consistent. I'm gonna say Chris Rabel is my fourth out. We'll see. Again, I think it all depends. I think Nick, you made up some good points. Depends who avoids the accidents, right? There's going to be accidents. Somebody's going to get caught up in it, and we're going to be surprised.
Anything else, Matt? Do we have anything else we need?
Yeah, well, I think that's everything in regards to, this week. I think looking forward, so we look at the schedule here. We've got Brian Chambliss on next week. We've got Agnell Phillip on after Richmond. So looking forward to having them. And then we're gonna fill out the schedule with playoff drivers. I think at the very beginning of this, we were reaching out to people after races and seeing if they'd be able to join. Might be taking more of that approach. Maybe having some repeat guests join us. We want the guys who are competing for the championship here. So we're going to use the opportunity to get them on. So that's why we haven't filled out the schedule any further. But look for that moving forward with some playoff contenders in the show moving forward. And then tomorrow night, I think we're pretty excited about this. We're going to be broadcasting the Outlaw Truck Series race. I think that adds a little oomph to maybe what was planned tomorrow night that we're going to be broadcasting it. So you can find it, same time as the races on Race Spot, over here, 9 p.m. Eastern on here. Hopefully you're already following us, so you'll get a live notification when we go live with the race. If you're not, go ahead and follow us so you make sure that you don't miss the race tomorrow night, or hopefully you're joining us and racing with us. We're going to have some fun. I think, excuse me, I think the draft package with the Cup cars was frustrating. So hopefully we can have some more fun with the trucks tomorrow night.
The trucks are fine at Daytona.
Yeah, we'll have fun.
They're a blast.
Yeah, let's just have fun. Like, honestly, let's just do the opposite of what we did on Monday night. Let's have fun. Danson, you're going to be lead on the call tomorrow night.
Yeah. Oh, don't you worry. I will be focusing on every green flag stop that you do, if there's any.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I think you gotta like call down the laps, like get in on the get in, like just be like, hey, producer, show that truck because it's not making it to the pits. Okay, stay on for like 10 laps, and when it's coming in that range, just see what happens.
Maybe I'll see if Evan can like put fuel restrictions on the trucks so that you have to green flag stop every like 8 laps.
Oh my god!
How many laps is the race?
It's 75 laps, so it's almost as long as the Cup race was.
Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, okay. So make it so that, it was like 8, 9 laps or maybe 10 if you fuel restriction. So then you're bound to have a bunch of stops. That'd make for just absolute chaos.
Yeah.
That's something I could get around for sure.
You've got Matt all choked up, so yeah, he's dying over there.
He's thinking about he's having like wartime flashbacks to get
yeah.
Is that pain meme? It's just like a picture of Matt with just like all of his pit road entries, just like in the background. It's just like, oh no. Or just barrels. Barrels,
yeah. I think Sam had made the comment that I need to update my paint scheme for Richmond to have barrels on the car, literally on the car.
Yeah,
so.
just like a hashtag never forget one, like something.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, hopefully everyone joins us tomorrow night. We're gonna have some fun. So if you want to have fun, come join us. And
hey,
if
it's just 10 trucks, and
at the end of the day, you're going to be crowned a Real Sim Racing winner. So you want to be there. And you're going to have an interview.
Matt, honest question. If you went to this race tomorrow and only 6 people showed up and you won, are you getting that turned into a diecast?
Oh, my God.
I don't know, probably not. So based on the feedback in the RSR chat, it does sound like there's quite a bit of interest in doing the truck race tomorrow.
Good.
I think I looked at the races from last year that weren't broadcasted, and each of the races had at least 10 people in it. So I would say you need at least 10 people. At least 10 people. And I think we'll get that tomorrow night. So hopefully everybody joins. We'll just have some fun tomorrow night. And
yeah, everyone.
Yes, if for some reason I win. Yes, I will get it made into a diecast, I promise.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
What's the car going to be? What's the truck going to be? Is it going to be a Mara Motorsports?
I haven't painted the cars yet. I haven't painted the trucks, so I need to paint the trucks.
Well, lucky you're not leaving
my truck. I need to paint Nick's truck, and then Steve Durham nominated me for painting his truck. So I got 3 trucks to paint tomorrow. So we'll see whatever
he seen your work? Very.
Yeah, it's gonna get the Mara Motorsports spikes on the side with it's gonna be like a generic layout. Yeah, he's not gonna get anything creative. I don't know why I was tapping orange. But what's that?
The green and orange. I don't know about that combo.
Oh no. We're not doing the green and orange. So we're gonna do some after the turns cars, I think. And then Steve wanted whose fault is it anyway truck. So we'll look at doing that.
Very good.
Right. I'd just like to point out, I don't know who it was, if it was Liam or Sam, but I have Cowbush boxers too.
Oh,
just saying.
That's a top fan right there. Somebody tell Facebook.
Just want to clarify, nobody's going to ask you to show us to prove it.
Oh, I wasn't going to show you, but I think it was Liam. Might have been
old dancing.
Or whoever Spider Jazz is.
Spider Jazz.
I don't know who that is.
It's just an anonymous fan, I think.
Who could be? Jack of Asar, right? That's Hadio that it was. Yeah. Okay. Did we get everything out?
Yeah, I think we're all set.
Who are you asking? Are you racing tomorrow night?
Great show. Great show, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No.
Trey, thank you for having. Thanks for being on. You've been
let Trey
guest.
You had a horrible intro. We got at least Trey. Thank you so much for joining us. Who do you need to thank for being here? Jimmy Miller, obviously, but who else?
Good one.
That was good. I'm so tired, but I did good. So.
Yeah. I'd like to thank my team, our sponsors, After the Turns being one of them. I'd like
Brandon,
to thank.
come on, man.
Oh.
Yeah. I'd like to thank Circle B, Major's Garage. Trying to think. I want to make sure I get everybody.
Brandon Bowie.
And, yeah. Bowie.
Nick Silver, Sean Casto. Who else is on the team? Anyone?
Brandon 6.
Yeah, Brandon Six. Yeah.
He's not. He didn't race last night, and he's not going to be able to make the race next week. But he'll be back for Richmond? So
yeah, gave Danson one of his most exciting moments in racing history with being in sixth place in the 66. Yeah.
Was that the IROC race?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he had some really good ones for you too, Trey.
Yes.
I don't think I heard them.
Really?
What were they? Yeah.
It was when you wrecked, or when you.
Oh.
I think did you get spun out, or someone spun in front of you?
Which race was it?
In front of him.
The IROC race, the same one, the one that we commentated.
Yeah.
It was Auto Club, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my teammate Sean. He spun right in front of me. Yeah.
Yeah. And what did I say, Nick? What did I say?
Something absolutely disgusting. But
something about browning his pants.
I don't know what it was. You could just put the math. I'm not gonna say it right, but it actually it hit. I was like, damn, he did it.
Basically, that the race, I was just trying to fit everyone's name into some sort of like pun, and so yours was like something to do with Browning.
Is that gonna be your lead call strategy tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good. That's the content that the network needs.
Like not all the time, the time, but here and there I'll fit it in. Yeah.
I can't wait to see mine. I can't wait to hear mine. Nobody crash me because I want to hear it. So
I think my pun will have something to do with the pits. So you got 24 hours to figure it out, Danson. It'll have something to do.
Yes, William Schmidt. Yeah, he had
a Schmidt run. That was hilarious. Come on, William. Yeah. You had to have liked that, surely.
I think he did. I think he liked it. He's not. He liked it. He liked it. He seems like a guy who can appreciate that type of humor.
What was the one that I for Sam, because I did his thing where I said what
it was
German or Russian?
Like, yeah, it was something Russian. Yeah, and I was just like, I don't know what he just said or how to play off that, but we're just gonna let that one go.
Like someone was trying to pass him, and I'm like, and such and such was looking low, and Sam said, "Yet." Some shit.
I said, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It means no. It means no in Russian.
Yeah. Imagine hearing that for the first time between the headphones. I was like, what is he saying? There's literally no coming back from this. Now I know. Sorry, I don't speak Russian, apparently. But yeah, apparently I do now. Danson, real quick, sorry, I almost forgot to ask. Did I get any shout out from the three of you? And
no.
All of the okay. I assumed it was a no, but I was like, maybe.
Danson, did you call it the podcast in your interview?
Yeah, I forgot to mention the podcast. I had no idea you existed by the time we got to the post race.
Yeah, Nick did an entire broadcast during the IROC race with RaceBot TV, and he didn't even do the ad read that is literally documented that Evan gives us for after the turns. So
no, that wasn't my ad read. That was Nolan's.
You let it slip.
Wow. You're never going to get invited back. That's shocking.
Oh, to the podcast? Okay. Guess you're taking my spot now. No, I didn't have any of that information in front of me.
So yeah, no, I know.
Maybe it wasn't on there. Maybe it wasn't on. I feel like it was, but I don't know. I guess I was just an advertisement. So anyway, do we need to thank anyone else?
I think we're set.
Okay. Awesome.
Join us tomorrow night. Same time as the Cup race. Join us tomorrow night. We're gonna have some fun with the trucks. Don't miss it.
Well, next week some playoffs, probably some more drama. Thanks so much for joining us, Trey. Have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.